Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, James, welcome to the Koutas show, buddy.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, of course, my brother. You are a baller. What is your shirt even? What is
So
Raidens National?
Rain Dance National. That's out in Windsor, Colorado. And the 8463 represents its longest yardage. So that's from the black tees. And I went out there and played with a bunch of buddies who I worked at Denver Country Club with. Mm-hmm. And I shot an 80. And that's
decent.
From this yardage. Granted, they didn't have the tees set up for the 8,463 yard course. Yeah. But we went back there anyways and played it.
What did you get that time when you went the full distance?
I fired an 80, which I'm very proud of.
That's decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beast of a course. It's made by, I think, designed by Fred Funk, owner. Yeah. And it's a cool place. Really cool golf course.
It's not in the mountains. It's outside in Denver, right?
It's in Windsor. So it's like kind of north of Denver. I'd say about an hour north. We actually stopped at Buc-ee's.
Is it by Louisville? Or like, is that south?
It's a little bit more east of Louisville.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Louisville, whatever you want to call it. Lucas says different
Louisville. Words. Louisville is how it's. Even though it's Louisville spelled, it's Louisville. And if you ever meet anyone from Louisville, they'll
correct you.
They'll correct you.
They'll tell you exactly
they're
what
not too happy about that town in Kentucky.
That's goofy.
But we stopped at Buc-ee's there. And
the restaurant?
Oh my god. No, Buc-ee's the gas station.
Oh yeah, Buc-ee's, yeah.
Oh my god. Buc-ee's is crazy. And especially for someone like me who's a big pop drinker. Like I love all sorts of Slurpees, Pops. They have it's heaven. Yeah, they got all the different types of cream sodas. I just was sitting there like a kid in a candy shop, but instead I was an adult in the gas station. Like, that's crazy. But it's a great place. We stopped there for breakfast, got some burritos, headed out to the course. And honestly, the coolest part getting there, it's just old farm equipment. Like, that's the whole design is like farm equipment has been left in those fields and has been like degrading. Okay. And that's the golf range. Like, you're hitting at degrading farm equipment, like old tractors. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, aiming
so like
for
instead of like
stuff.
The people that drive the carts around to hit, you're trying to hit the tractors.
Yeah, exactly. It's super fun. Huge property, wide open. I think missing the fairway is tough there, and I missed it a ton, but that's just me. That's just...
Well, I think if you drive a little bit further, it's a little bit harder, no?
Yeah.
So how wide are the fairways?
I mean, they're probably about like 60, 70 yards. They're really tough. But the thing about it being a long course is I was swinging out of my shoes on every shot. I mean, that's the fun part about it is you get to let the gas down and swing.
Which is cool because sometimes the shorter courses, you're just like, I just want to rip a ball here. I don't want to play a 200-yard shot. I want to play the 300-yard shot and try to hit it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
what was the longest hole in that course?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It was probably like a 600-something yard par 5. Yeah.
I was going to say it's got to be up in the upper 5.
Maybe 660, something like that. I don't know, something crazy. Yeah. I think I went driver, and I think that was about like a 300-yard drive. Like, no joke, I actually hit the ball 300 yards.
And it's in Denver, too. Like, it's in Colorado.
It's in Colorado, so I get the little altitude boost out there. People always ask me, they're like, why'd you move to Denver? Like, job or a girl. And I'm like, no, neither. Extra yards on my drives.
How many yards do you actually get? Like, what's the actual number that it adds?
So, the way it works is the longer the ball's in the air, the more yardage you're going to get from it. So, driver is going to be the most yardage you're going to get from a golf shot out in Denver with an altitude boost. Yeah. So, like, you're talking about wedges, you're only getting about like maybe 4 or 5 yards. You're not like juicing wedges like 15 yards over your expected range of sea level. So
So you think you can get like 30, 40 yards on a driver?
Oh yeah,
easily,
absolutely.
Do you think like 100%. 50 maybe, or no?
That's pushing it. Okay. I mean, like, definitely you're getting more yards. I'm saying like the altitude you're probably getting about 20 extra yards out there, 20 to 30.
Yeah,
but
which
like
is still decent.
Past that, it's like you're probably just going to the gym more.
Yeah, that too. I mean, but if you drive like 250, I mean, you're going from 250 to like 280.
Definitely.
So that's like a big change in the game.
Yep.
So do you think like people are surprised by that when they get there, or do most golfers know about it?
I mean, most golfers know about it. If you're new to golf, it might be like a new aspect to it. Mm-hmm. You know, like how rain affects the golf ball, and like Bryson does a ton of stuff and in the science behind golf, which is really cool.
How does rain affect golf balls? Because I actually don't know this one. Slows it down, right?
You're going to get more yardage from rain golf balls.
Like wait. So I'm talking. So when it's raining, you would get more yardage?
Yes.
Or is it a wet golf ball that gets you more yardage?
Wet golf ball gets you more yardage.
What if it's raining?
Because the grip on the club and the spin is going to be a lot less. So the spin is a big factor in distance. Okay. So when the ball is spinning higher, you're going to have less distance because essentially the ball is trying to go backwards.
Yeah. But what about raining? Like what if it's like raining outside? The ball is obviously wet, but like wouldn't the rain slow it down a little bit? Or would it have no impact at all?
The factor of the ball being wet outweighs like rain coming down and hitting the ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. So that's why the Vaseline trick is like a legit thing.
That's why the Vaseline trick exists. Yeah, because you're lubing up the ball and you're taking off spin off the golf ball.
Yeah. Wait, so do you lube up the ball or the club head?
Well, the connection, either one.
Yeah,
you can do the golf ball or the club head. It's normally the club head because it's
easier to.
Yeah.
How many yards do you get extra with that?
I have no clue.
And can that parlay on the Colorado yardage too? Can you drive? Can you drive 360?
You're just finding every way to cheat to get the longest drive possible. That's actually a great. Yeah, that would be a great thing. Like, how many cheats can I compile to make the longest drive possible? You take one of Colin's nitros out there too.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you get those things going.
Oh yeah. I'm saying that's what you got to add the altitude. You got to add the rain.
You get a velocity, a golf ball that's just really hard and made to just like fly.
Yeah, just take all the energy and just no spin at all. How many yards do you think you could drive with that?
Oh, geez. I don't know. I think Rick Shields came out with he was always testing all of these different golf ball equipment. Mm-hmm. There's a company called MD Golf, and I'm a big rules guy on golf, so
yeah, they're important.
I mean, to the normal player, they're not as important to somebody who's gaming tournament golf and wanting to get better and participate in something like the PGA. Yeah, they're important. If I'm playing you for money, they're absolutely important.
That's way more important than the PGA.
Yeah, they're important. But like, I just like knowing the rules. They're interesting. They're intricate. But one of the golf balls that's banned is MG Golf. Okay. And it's like a go far golf ball, and you can crack that thing like you probably be able to hit 300 hitting an average of like 250 260 270.
Okay, so it can add like basically 50 yards.
Yes. So then you add, I'm interested for the compilation of Vaseline, you're using MG golf ball, illegal golf ball. Yeah, that's it. Well, and then I wonder how many there's illegal club head shapes.
Okay.
Definitely.
What are illegal club head shapes?
Like I believe the club head shape at Topgolf, like the go straight, like that's not tournament conforming.
Okay. Interesting.
Like that would definitely be something that somebody would call a rules official. Like, this guy's driver head. Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's.
It's not looking right.
Yeah. I think that's definitely just a club for people to have fun with and be able to hit the ball straight with at Topgolf.
Okay.
But I think a whole combination of all those things would just be terrible. I don't know.
You think they'd be bad if they were together?
I think separately they work out, but I think combined it wouldn't be like we're getting 50 plus from Vaseline, then we get the 50 plus from the golf ball.
But they wouldn't put that much of a dramatic difference.
They did I
think you could drive over 400 if you I feel like you could.
So one thing that's actually really funny is they did a study on the marketing behind golf.
Here we go.
yeah.
Here we go.
You know, that's like peak for me. They said, so they started doing marketing, like increasing the distance of your drives and stuff like that since the 80s. If they actually boosted your drive by the amount that they said they were, like Great Big Bertha's coming out, you're getting 10 plus more yards. If they actually got 10 plus more yards, human beings would be hitting the ball on average 450 yards a drive. So the golf club companies have been lying to you forever about that. Yeah.
You just get the feel good, like 10 yards more extra that one time in the simulator, and you're like, this is the club.
Yes.
That's funny. The accumulation of 10 yards over 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. They, like, you're not getting that, like, it's
450 yards average. Yeah.
It's funny. You're not hitting 450 unless you're Kyle Berkshire, like ripping drives on a daily basis and squatting
long drive contest,
whatever that dude lifts. It's the thing that's most important about golf, in my opinion, and I think the companies have started to market more towards that, is the playability, like forgiveness of clubs, being able to improve with the game. I think that's more of the marketing we're seeing now, and less you're getting more yards, like that promise. I think people have started to understand it's not real.
Yeah, or if it is real, it's not really something you need in your game either.
Exactly.
I feel like people don't really care about that anymore as much as they used to. Because you can swing out of your shoes. It doesn't matter if you can't hit the green at all.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Me and Luca played out in Colorado, Coal Creek, and I was able to use my driver once because there's no like safe spot for me to actually hit it. Fairways out there are like 15, 20 yards wide, and you got just tree
straight,
lined,
like super narrow tree lines,
super narrow,
and you're like chopping at a 7 or just put it back on the fairway.
You're just trying to hit. My favorite club in my bag is my 2-iron. I have a graphite shaft and a 2-iron TaylorMade P790, and it's butter. If you can hit a 2-iron, or if you get a hybrid, like a 3 hybrid, 2 hybrid, and you get that in your bag, those are the best clubs to get off the tee with if you're having trouble with driver. And they're the best clubs to play smart golf with.
Yeah. What's the best bag combo? You get 14 clubs per regulation. What's the best combo?
I mean, I wish I could just show you my bag.
That's your favorite combo?
Yeah.
Well, because I have two.
Per
right
player.
now, I'm screwed over because I have 2 4 hybrids, but I want to like swap them out. But I'm curious if a 2-iron is better, or if a 5-iron is better, or if like a 3-iron is better.
It's preference, 100% preference. I've never been a fan of the offset that has been put on most hybrids. Offset is like a little bit where the head kind of cuts back to where the shaft meets the head.
Okay.
And that, for me, always in my head was like, oh, I'm going to hook the ball once I hit this. So it's just like a mental thing with me. That's why I like the sharpness, and the kind of shaft goes straight into the head for 2-irons, 3-irons, like that sharp look, especially like with blades. Oh my goodness.
So it's almost aesthetics,
and it, to an extent, skill. Like, people say it's hard to hit 2-iron. It's not really that hard. You just gotta try and hit it. It's any other club. You gotta hit it 1,000 times good before you can go out on the course and hit it 1,000 times good.
No, I think you should never hit it and buy the club for sure.
Oh my gosh.
We know exactly who we're talking about right now.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm actually surprised he went on a test drive to buy a car.
So go for it. You go for it. You tell the story.
One of our good buddies likes to. He's just getting into golf, and he's been tapping into me. I have a little bit of golf experience. I've been golfing since I was 2 years old, so that's where this experience and expertise comes from. He comes to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about buying this club. I need to think about it. What shafts do you recommend? What heads?" Yeah, give him the lowdown, and give him my recommendations on the best companies, and dude calls me after the purchase of his club, and he goes, yeah, I got the Cleveland 50 degree. And I was like, what happened to Titleist? I was recommending Titleist. He goes, well, the Cleveland was on sale, and I gave it the waggle, and that's it. And I was like, you didn't try it? They have so many demo clubs there. I'm like, Titleist is so much better, in my opinion, than Cleveland. And this dude gives it a waggle, and he says because it was cheaper, he went with it. The whole waggle. I was like, yep.
You hit it 0 times.
0 times.
And just gave it a good old waggle and was like, I like this. This is the one.
This is the club for me. It was, and
no, the best
price
part.
is a factor, but come on.
But the best part was that he did that with the wedges and got the Cleveland wedges. And then fast forward like a couple months, and he does the exact same thing with a driver. He doesn't hit it once, and he just picks it up,
goodness.
Does a little waggle, and he's like, oh, yeah, this is nice. I like this. And he just buys the club. Yep. I love him, dude. He's hilarious.
He likes the brand. He's a big brand guy.
He's a big brand guy.
Granted, the Cobra C matches with his name, so it's kind of like cool.
The Cleveland doesn't, though.
Yeah. Cleveland starts with C, but it's like not a cool brand thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those ones I was like, I don't think Cobra has like that crazy of wedges where he would dive into that. But yeah, I don't know. That's one that's the one that I was like, I don't know why he didn't go for a couple swings here and there and just figure out what he likes better.
Like a driver, everyone loves going to test out drivers.
Oh, I love it. I love just cranking them.
Except for the sales reps.
The sales reps are the only ones who hate when you hit the driver. They're like, oh my God, another driver. Can I get the extra stiff shaft this time?
Oh,
and you're
my
like,
goodness.
Oh my God.
Don't
break it.
So I was in PGA Tour Superstore with Luca.
In Schaumburg?
No, we were in Greenwood Village, yeah.
Okay.
And, I want to preface this story by saying the guy apologized. But there's like this weird aura in the golf industry where just everyone's mad. Like everyone's angry. No one's having a good time.
It's the most calm sport to be angry at, though. It's hilarious.
It's so weird. And I've seen a couple of golf YouTubers, TikTokers like play on it. Like, if you're working at a golf course, you should be living the life. And I was living the life. Like, working at a country club is beautiful. Like, I don't know why country club or pro shop employees are so mad. Yeah. Or PGA, PGA Tour Superstore employees. So we go in there. I'm trying to get Luca set up with a driver, and the guy's like giving me a hard time. Like, yeah, you're not gonna buy any of these. Like, why are you? And I was like, dude, like he's a serious buyer. Like, hook us up with a bay. I'm trying to get him fit for a shaft. And he was just giving me a bunch of gruff, like, yeah, don't swing too many times. Like, you only get 10 shots on each club. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? This is a $500 purchase, and you're just trying to, like, it feels like the Pretty Woman scene. Yeah. Like, especially in
What's the
any
Pretty
golf.
Woman scene?
I think it's Pretty Woman, but it's where the sales rep at a high-end store wouldn't assist her because of what she looked like. And then she goes and gets a makeover, and she comes back into the store, and they're like, oh, can I help you out? Because, you can obviously afford it, / I want to help you out. And she doesn't give the guy his business because it's like, it's that old tale of like, the Adam Sandler look, right?
Yeah.
You look like Adam Sandler. People aren't going to like assume you have a ton of money.
Right. And they're not going to be like,
exactly.
Hey, I want to give you this Lamborghini. Like, they're going to be like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah. So me and Luca, we probably look like a bunch of, bums not trying to purchase anything, but our money's still green,
Yeah, it is.
So
you ended up buying?
Ended up buying a club, finding a club. The guy apologized, and he was a super nice guy at the end of it. It was more or less just, you come across a lot of people kicking tires, and that's just the sales job, but you just can't let it affect your next sale.
Yeah.
Like, that's the sales industry, and I'm sure that's what he was doing all day is people were trying drivers and not buying, and he was probably upset.
Like, oh, here's another one.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this for today. Like, I'll reset tomorrow.
So, yeah, But by the end of it, he came over. He's like, sorry, I just, long day, whatever. I'm like, I get it, dude. I used to work here. But that's not how you're supposed to treat customers.
Yeah.
And the next sale is the most important.
Yeah, always. It's like the next beer.
Yeah. Forget that rejection. Forget the people who wasted your time for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Luca's going to come in here, and he literally just needed a step up from the shaft he was using because he was using a Uniflex. Yeah.
What even is a Uniflex shaft?
Uniflex is essentially just regular flex.
Okay.
But it's what they use in like really low end sets.
To make things cheaper for people.
To
golf.
where it's like 2 people can use this, men and women. And
right.
It might be regular, it might be ladies flex, it might be senior. I'm pretty sure Uniflex is regular, but don't come at me in the comments if
it might be regular with
it's
a little
actually an f3.5 which is frequency of the shaft, by the way. If you ever see the F and then a number on a shaft, that's actually representative of the stiffness of it.
Yeah, so the more F, the more stiffness, therefore the more it's more so like the swing path. It's not so like, because the
kick.
flex, it's kick. Okay.
Kick, yeah.
And it's how fast you swing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the more frequency you'd want, the more speed you want on the head clip.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And then it gets to a point where the shaft could be
because the shaft helps out
too strong?
Well, yeah, I mean, like extra stiff is like really, really stiff, and you're not getting any help from the shaft, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a very rigid structure, whereas like something like a senior flex shaft is going to be very wobbly and help out the golfer create
like the momentum swing.
Create momentum and create inertia.
Yeah. And then that just turns into more distance.
Correct.
Because it's also like speed, but it's also strength, right?
Yeah.
And then another thing is weight, right? So weight of the shaft differs between like
launch mostly.
That's launch mostly?
Launch mostly. The heavier the shaft is going to be, the lower the launch is going to be.
And that's like height of like where you hit the ball, right?
Yep.
So if you have a lighter shaft, then you usually hit like behind
higher.
The ball.
You're usually hitting higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have a heavier shaft, you hit lower.
Yes.
So because I did this once and it was really helpful for me because I did an extra stiff shaft, like it was heavy, and I hit the driver and I was like it was a 4 hybrid, and I was hitting like right before the ball and then hitting the ball on the mat. I did stiff shafts with like the same difference in weight, so it was a little bit lighter than the extra stiff.
Yeah.
And I was like hitting it pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
And then I did the regular shaft with a little bit lighter, and I would basically top the ball to the ground. So that's basically how it is, right?
I mean, it's not necessarily the contact point; it's the kick point and where the club is kicking at the certain point in your swing.
Okay.
So, and especially with lightness, all of that stuff factors into the heaviness of the head, the overall swing weight of the club. Like it's a deeper science, right, behind.
Right.
Because, as you know, being an engineer, physics is a lot of golf, and physics being intertwined with weight and how that interacts with the person who's using it and their swing is all different.
Yeah.
So that's why fittings are very important, and that's why not all size one fits all, because there's so many different swings, so many different heights, shapes, sizes of people that it's important to get that done. And then really at the end of the day, getting what you feel most comfortable with, because the look of things when you're in golf is extremely important. If you don't like the look of something while you're looking down at your putter or your driver head, you're not going to play well with it. As many people say, golf is 90% mental, and that extra 10%'s just that muscle memory.
Yeah. If you're like a jet black guy and you're golfing with pink clubs, you might be like, yeah, this is weird.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hate it. You would hate the Bubba Watson shaft. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I had that shaft. I loved it.
The purple one, right? Or
no, it's pink. It was pink.
Bright
so
pink?
It's a bright pink, neon pink shaft and a metal tip at the end.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a crazy design, but that's why I like the design. It was workability was the play behind the Bubba shaft.
I love it. And then, so now I kind of want to get into like the one thing that I talked about recently with Woj was the left or right eye dominant with putters.
Yeah.
So like, what is that? Because I haven't actually heard the full in-depth thing. I just heard that it's a thing.
So it's, I mean, when people have a tough time deciding whether or not they're righty or lefty in golf, you can usually tell what they'll be most successful in with what eye they're dominant with, right?
Okay, interesting.
So, especially with golf, you're standing on one side. So it's not like a two-sided sport. You need to pick a side that you're gonna favor.
Yeah.
And when you have a right eye dominance, you're going to be looking down the target line. And when you're left eye dominant, and let's say you're a righty, you're going to be turning your head, and the target line is actually going to be not perpendicular, or it's going to be perpendicular and not parallel with where your eye is looking and focusing. So that's one of the main points, and as you said, in putting, that's really important to make sure that the ball is over your right eye or your dominant eye.
Yeah, interesting. So what if you are a righty and you're left eye dominant?
I mean, you're probably pretty bad at golf.
Really? Yeah. Interesting.
No, it's really a perspective thing. Like if you get used to that perspective, I'm sure you can probably get good at making
relatively
contact,
good or whatever. Yeah.
But it helps you when you're utilizing your dominant eye in the proper way for attaining the proper sight line and the proper, stance and adjustments that you need to contact the ball properly.
Yeah. So is there a left eye dominant putter for righties?
No.
So you just kind of have to do you line it up with your left eye then?
I mean, that would be a recommended thing. I guess I would probably recommend switching to lefty. But
really,
one of the things that I found out, and it's a weird thing caused by the market in golf, is there's not a lot of lefty clubs, and a lot of people, when they were getting into golf, they got their hand-me-downs from their parents, or they were taught by their parents. And lefty golf clubs are scarce now. You better believe they were scarce back in the day.
Yeah.
So a lot of people grew up learning righty golf, and I think your mom, even if she's a lefty and she grew up playing golf righty, she should probably try golf lefty.
Yeah.
And pick up some lefty clubs.
She got lefty clubs.
There you go.
Yeah. So because we took her to the PGA Superstore and we're like, hey, what feels more comfortable to you?
Right.
Just what feels better. Swing with your right a couple times, swing with your left a couple times. What do you feel most comfortable with? Don't think about anybody else's clubs. Don't think about what the standard is. Just what feels most comfortable for you.
Yes.
Because if you're gonna be I can learn this more and be easier with this more, and it's more natural, just do that. Even if it's a little bit more. Yeah. And she's a lefty. She writes lefty, so she's naturally lefty. So it kind of made sense for us to try it out in the first place. Or
does she throw lefty?
Yeah. So if you
That's a big thing.
yeah, if you write righty, you throw righty, everything's righty, you kick righty, everything's right hand dominant, you're not even gonna think about trying left-handed clubs, But if you write lefty, if you throw lefty, if you have some of those tendencies, you're gonna be okay, yeah, let me try it out because see what it's like. But
exactly.
It does throw some wrenches in the loop though, because you might not have access to as many clubs as everybody else does. Which is tough.
It's unfortunate, and one of the weird things about me is I'm a size 14 kick. And
yeah.
I for the life of me, I can't find cool shoes. And if I do, they're
all
$1,000.
Basketball shoes.
Yeah, and
they have to be.
Oh yeah.
It's only b-ball shoes.
Basketball
You're not
shoes.
finding Vans that are sick for size 14.
I haven't been able to go into Vans, Adidas, Under Armour for the last 15 years of my life.
Unless you're buying Steph Curry's shoes, you're not getting that size.
Yeah, literally third grade, I wouldn't be able to fit into anything in Adidas. It was
crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That's big shoes. So
that's some big shoes to fit.
Okay, now you got some big shoes. You know what they say about big shoes? They say big socks.
Big socks, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Stance.
Are socks hard to find too, or no?
No. Stance, their extra large is really nice.
So what size is that? Is it 10 to 15 or
it's
12 to 15?
They call it 9 to 13, but it works for 14s.
Yeah, because socks aren't that bad. They can stretch.
Yeah.
Those are the nice ones. And sometimes I like the snug socks because I don't like socks that are like super loose, because I feel like I'm like every time I walk around I feel like
you're moving.
Off.
Yeah,
I feel like they're falling off, and it creates like blisters and stuff. It's nasty. But yeah, I want to talk about now like your marketing skills and your MBA.
Yes.
So because obviously we dived into a lot of golf, but you're a big marketing guy. You love marketing in general. So if anyone's got a marketing golf opportunity for James,
marketing golf opportunity,
definitely hit him up. Hit the gym face.
Yeah.
No, so like, why do you like marketing? Like, what's the niche behind it where you're like, I love this, you know?
So, hang on.
He's got to prep for this. He's got to get ready.
Got to think about this one.
Stop. I mean, because like sometimes people just get into sports and like they get like, oh, golf. My dad golf, so I like golf. Like, but stuff like marketing and sales and stuff like that sometimes comes naturally. Sometimes it's just like, wait a second, like why do I even like this in the first place? But you seem like you love marketing.
I do.
Where it comes from.
I do love marketing. One of the things that I was doing in high school was buying and selling putters.
So your golf addiction feeds into your marketing addiction.
Yeah, my golf addiction fed into my marketing addiction. I was going into college. I mean, to be honest, I thought I was going on tour, but but I went into college wanting to be a veterinarian, and I took a 1-credit class, 1-hour class a week on Fridays. It was the best class I ever took, just because it helped me realize I didn't want to be a veterinarian. Not because I don't want to help animals, or, you know, I probably wouldn't be able to handle the mental side that veterinarians go through. Yeah. That's ridiculous, having to put down animals, just sick animals in general. It's depressing.
They're coming to you when the animals are not well.
Not in their best state. Yeah. And that's not, and especially the people. The people aren't in their best state when they're there. You know, it's never, ever a good situation. So besides that, there was a class that essentially gave us information on how to apply to professional schools. It was ran by the division head, the health and sciences division head.
What do you mean professional schools? What does that mean?
So like medical school, veterinary school, occupational therapy, physical therapy. So all of those have additional schooling to it. Yeah. And so this class was essentially saying, this is the applications that you need. This is the estimated amount of the cost of those applications. This is the estimated GPA that you need to get into this, you know, program, and all this stuff. And this is what you're going to be paying for that program once you pay all this stuff to possibly get it. And it's like, and I'm a decently smart guy, but I never really, let's say, put my nose to the books in terms of making that a main priority. I love sports too much, and video games. I like video games too much. But I'm a decently smart guy, just never put myself in that grind set mode of school. Yeah. So all of that, hearing you need a 3.8, a 3.7, I was like, yeah, I can get that. But like all those teachers in high school were saying that, you know, college is going to be tougher. It's going to be different. Yeah. And I didn't take those health classes. It probably was different. I ended up taking the easier marketing classes. To me, easier. But I took that buying and selling golf clubs in high school, and then I kind of transferred that into, hey, that's kind of like marketing. I enjoy taking pictures. I enjoy making the golf clubs look nicer, you know, painting them, stuff like that. Don't tell Scotty Cameron that's against it ruins warranties, but I let everyone know when I did that.
Decent.
It ruins warranties.
So your addiction of putters turned you into a beast marketer, is what you're saying.
Yes.
And where does the addiction of putters start? Where did that come from? Did you start that, or did Woj start that?
No. So we were at PGA Tour Superstore, and I was using my dad's set going into high school. My dad's like, I need to get you your own set. You know, we're going to start piecing this together. And golf is expensive, so we're just going to get one by one. And he's like, first things first, you need a putter, though. Like, you need your own putter. You need to start doing stuff with that. I'm like, cool. We go to PGA Tour Superstore and try out a few putters. Pick up this one putter, Odyssey Metal X number 8. 35 inches, just straight Drano with that thing. Like everything was dropping. No matter how far it was, no matter where it was at on the green, it was going in. And my dad looks at me, he's like, cool, so this is the one you want to get? I'm like, yeah, it's perfect. He goes, okay, cool, and then looks up Odyssey's website and goes, okay, this is the same putter on their website. It's $15 cheaper and it's free shipping. And he's like, can we get that? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I get that putter in the mail, and I just can't make anything with it. Nothing's dropping.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I understand why Tiger had Scotty Cameron make 20 of the same exact putters. It's a weird thing that each piece is different. Each metal is different. Each shaft is different. Each grip is different. They're all put together very different. And that's what I realized that day. And that's kind of where the putter addiction started, is that putter I got in the mail wasn't the putter I was making all the putts with. So after that, I just putter after putter after putter, trying to find the best thing. And that's it. I've gotten off of it. I've weaned myself off the putters.
You passed your addiction along to Woj, I
Yes, think. I did pass my addiction along to Woj, which, he loves it. He's still in it, in the addiction. I've settled with one gamer and just have a collection that I keep. But I think it's important to buy putters and find one that you like, but
buy the one that's there that you're actually practicing with.
Yes, I think it's important to have a gamer, and when I say gamer, I mean one that you consistently practice with, one that you always love the feel of, one that you can always go back to if you're not feeling it with, one of the newer putters. And the market's kind of cool, is you can buy and sell. Some go up, some go down. It's an interesting market. That's it. That's one of the cool parts, is I don't think value decreases that significantly in putters.
Yeah, because they're not. I mean, as long as you don't tear them up,
right?
And
use a head cover.
Them. Head covers always make sure you don't get scratched in the bag.
Yeah,
and then they're not going to go down in value as much as you think.
Exactly. And use your head covers.
Use your head covers, guys. It's like flossing your teeth for dentist.
Pains me when I see a Scotty Cameron roll in and it's just dinged up from a bunch of irons and wedges, and I'm like, who hurt you?
It's like the little puppy that came in. It's like the mental aspect. You're talking about being a vet. You're like, I can't handle this. It's like Scotty Cameron dinked in. Like, I can't handle this. That's hilarious. So, what's the coolest putter you have or have had in the past?
Oh, coolest putter I owned was it was a Scotty Cameron circa 62, and it was a Circle T, and the sole had nothing on it. So the bottom of the putter was just brushed. Okay. Yeah, just chrome, looked beautiful. And back end had a Circa 62 stamp on it, and the front had 3 Circle T stamps on it. And that was the coolest putter for me. I forget the model of the putter. It's shaped kind of like a B.
Okay.
But it's kind of shaped like Ping's B60. But Jason Duffner was using that exact model of the putter at that time. So it was in
Jason
2000. He's an older PGA pro. He kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Like just after he got off tour or something?
There's rumors. There's crazy rumors.
What are the rumors?
I don't want people hunting me down. Tiger's got people. Nah. But yeah, that's like one of the rumors, is like Duffner and Duffner's wife and Tiger were a thing, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and
it was Tiger was the hall pass, huh?
Oh, you're gonna bring up the? You want to bring up the celebrity hall pass? No. Okay, yeah. Oh Lord.
I'm good. All right, yeah. So keep going though. That was one of the rumors.
That was one of the rumors. But Duffner was a really good PGA golfer around 2014, Keegan Bradley era, if you remember him. But they were a really hype Ryder Cup team, and they came out with this. There was an internet fad called Duffnering.
What does it mean when you Duffner? What does that mean?
This guy. So he I think he was at a school. and he was doing like reading for like it was like a PGA Tour reaches out or something like that. He was at a school, a school, and during one of the readings, he was just sitting against a wall, like with his legs straight out, and just like it just looked so uncomfortable. It just goofy that they went with it. Internet
they call
fad
it duffnering.
Called duffnering.
So don't sit at a corner on the wall with your legs straight
just
out.
Looking goofy.
Don't be duffnering, guys.
Yeah. And so, but he was a good golfer. I really was a fan of Duffner, and he fell off. Probably because of whatever was going on.
Yeah, the rumors or just bad PR. It could be too.
And that's a huge thing in golf. The mental aspect, like I said, 90%.
Even if it's rumors, like it's still like can affect your mood.
Yeah, you got it. So, but he was a really good golfer at the time, around 2015. So he won the PGA Championship with that model of putter, and that was like I had it at that time. And it was super cool.
Because you were just looking and you're like, I have that.
And it was
putter.
A Circle T. Yeah,
it was the exact same putter.
Not the same putter in terms of stamping, because each Circle T is different.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How is the stamping different?
So like Circle T means tour only. That's like Scotty Cameron's tour department. And each putter is completely unique.
Interesting.
So they each come with certificate of authentication and numbers and stuff like that. And but yeah, they're very cool just because they're made with a lot of care. German stainless steel, most of them as well, which is really soft. Yeah, they're pieces of art is the way I describe it.
Yeah.
That's why they if you look up Circle T, they're really expensive.
What, like 600 to 100 above?
What? 600? What?
Yeah. Like
$600?
Yeah, or more.
Oh,
it's like 1K,
oh,
2K.
Sweetie. Yeah.
Is it like up there?
Oh,
up
sweetie.
there?
We're talking about Honda Civic here. That's what.
Like 30K
that's the type
for
of
a
art
putter?
we're talking about. Yeah, I mean it can get up. I think Tiger's putter is a Circle T. I think that's sold. I have no clue what that's sold
like
for.
His played putters, you're saying, or
his gamer. Yeah.
Okay.
His gamer that he won like a ton of majors with.
And they're just probably like what, 30, 40, 50K?
No, I think that thing went for like probably $500,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, and that's an estimate. Don't come at me on the comments. I don't know.
Allegedly,
but
500.
But there are Circle Ts like that are floating around there that, definitely the cheapest one you'll find is probably like 1,500 to, maybe you'll find a beat up one for around 800, but that's in the trash and it's like falling apart, rusting.
It's like almost you're better buying like a $200, $300 putter and just being like, this is fine.
Yeah, Circle T, it's an art piece. That's really what it is. If you're not that big into it, you don't know the value of it.
Would you still putt with that?
Would I putt with a Circle T
in a round?
I mean, it's tour players use them all the time.
I'm saying, but like, would you like?
I never used that putter.
You never used that putter?
I never used that putter. Yeah. It didn't leave the bag. I kept
Did it even enter the bag?
Pristine. Didn't enter the bag.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably kept it in the house and basically, like you said, art project. Kept it as an art piece in the room.
Art piece.
And just like put it on the wall, hang it up a little bit, get like something on the wall where you can like hang it up there and have it sit up there and not be touched
like
by
a rifle.
anything. Yeah, kind of like a rifle rack, but a golf putter rack.
Like a double barrel shotgun sitting over the fireplace.
Like a double barrel shotgun.
This is my Circle T here.
This is my Circle T here from Tiger Woods. It's decent, bro. So that's crazy. So your putter addiction of all these crazy putters led into you wanting to do marketing.
Yeah, yep. Just using eBay and taking pictures and trying to figure out ways on how to, I guess, entice people to buy my putter over the competitors. But that was a big thing for me.
That's cool.
Is eBay.
So what do you think the best marketing strategy is when you're trying to sell something like that?
I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's small stuff. It's attention to detail, making sure things are clean, making sure pictures are good. You'll see with Fox and Corgi, the thing that I'm doing with Tim. I have that whole corner studio. I try my best to keep it clean of dog hair, but that's nearly impossible.
Yeah. Good old Captain.
Yeah, Captain. Always.
Captain the Corgi.
He's such a chunk. He's such a good boy, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's recently off his meds. Anyways. Whoa. Anyways, we'll get back to the marketing. Making sure the stuff is clean. That's my mind. Undiagnosed ADHD or what have you. He's off his meds. So, yeah, you just gotta make sure things look nice. Things are presented well. One of the things I did early that was actually, kind of groundbreaking that put me ahead a lot of people on eBay is I used photo collages in a lot of my first pictures.
Like, what do you mean photo collage? Like, what, the app?
So, like, let's say you're scrolling through eBay and you see, a bunch of pictures of putters, and they're all just one photo, whereas I started putting the thumbnail as a photo collage of all of the different angles of the putter, of the head, of the grip.
Yeah.
And so that would be a photo collage in all of the thumbnails.
So when they click it, they see they don't need to click it to see all the photos.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it was the only thing that had a photo collage throughout that whole scroll of, people looking for a golf putter. So it would stand out no matter what.
Yeah.
So that was one of the bigger things, is using a photo collage in the thumb.
Yeah,
like
it's
small
so small,
stuff,
but it's like
marketing.
So different.
It's small stuff that equates to something bigger at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then I think another thing, and I'm curious your thoughts on this, is service. Because right now, service industry for like America is like the whole shebang. It's like over 50% or something like that.
What do you mean?
Like the service, like we live in a service-based industry in the United States. Like everything is service-based.
Oh, everything's, yeah.
It's your service, Amazon. Your service of going to the grocery store.
Well, you're always paying for somebody's service at the
Exactly.
Anything you do, any money you spend, it's going towards somebody's time or product.
Exactly. So some type of service that's the whole point of the service industry. And I think that showing good service and just in something like that where like if they message you and be like, hey, is this still available or whatever, you have to like respond quickly.
Absolutely.
And the faster you respond, the more likely they are to purchase something, I feel
100%.
Because that service and that like customer support or whatever is something that's like huge.
Oh, yeah.
You see that a lot in marketing?
Oh, yeah. One of the things is Groovy Bus. I do that with my mom. We try to have, under 24-hour response time within messages. That's just an Etsy standard, but it's really, our standard of we want to be an official, professional, business communicating with potential clients and customers. But that's a, retail shop at the end of the day. But, it's all about the experience, right?
Yeah.
You want to make sure people have a good experience, and
it doesn't even have to be like that big or best of experience. You just have to feel like you're valued.
Yes.
Like just the feeling of being valued, even if it's not like that much value you're putting on that feeling. Just the feeling of it is just crazy. Like everyone's just like, yeah, I felt so valued. They treat you right. And it's like just by saying like, hey, like thanks for buying our product. And it's just like something simple as that. And they're like, I love this company. I'm all in. Like,
yeah, you're never going to get a review if you don't ask.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
Or do you think like the Portillo's fry thing is a thing?
Oh my God, the unlimited food hack.
The unlimited food hack.
Oh, we shouldn't talk about that.
We shouldn't talk about it.
We can't talk about that.
But what about that marketing scheme?
It's gonna get out.
It's gonna get out. We can't talk about it.
No, you get to tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
So, well, the Portillo's unlimited food hack is basically you go up, you order whatever you want without the fries. So you order like the burger and drink without the fries, the beef with the drink without the fries. Don't get the meals. The meals are a scam because the meals are just the price of everything put into one, and it's just a number on the board. So you order it all together. So don't buy that. It's the same price. There's no discount. Like there's no like $2 off or whatever.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's a marketing thing. It's like they like, oh, you get the meal deal, you get the number
it's
one.
The small stuff,
and
it's
people
the small
think
stuff that adds up.
People think like, oh, hey, like it's probably cheaper, so then they don't even think about it and they just order it, but it's the same price. It's just added up together. That's all it is. But what you do is you order like the meat, like the whatever you want, the burger and the drink, and then you just order it. You get the receipt, okay? And on the receipt, almost every time, if you order like 2 things in the menu, it has a survey code. And then all you do is you take that survey code, you complete the survey while you're literally waiting for your food.
Yeah.
You get your food and you walk back into the line, and your food survey gives you a free large fry without a purchase. And then here's the caveat. Here's the best part.
Yeah.
Is that when you get the free large fry for free, you did not pay a single dollar for it.
Yeah.
You get a receipt with your food number, and on the receipt is another code for a free large fry for another survey.
Food hack.
And then you go back in line and you go again, and you put in the survey for a free large fry.
Yeah.
That's the limited food hack, but it is limited. It is limited by email now, I believe.
Oh yeah, you just gotta bust out the 20 burner.
You gotta bust out the burner email for the free subscriptions that you use every year, Lord. Because we know you do the 3-month Spotify for $1 and 4 different emails for the full year.
That's
we
crazy.
know you do it. So like, yeah, totally. It's a good hack. It's a small food hack.
Yeah.
Just to even do the one free fry, it's
and you get a good survey out of it. Jacob.
And that's the marketing thing, is like they get the survey out of it.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to be like, well, you can do whatever you want on the survey. Whatever you do, just press no. You did not run into any issues, or else they'll like ask you a million questions. They won't give you the free fries. No.
Imagine.
No, they'll still give you the free fries.
They don't give you they're like, oh, you had problems. Get bent.
Get banned. You don't need a free fry after you have problems. Yeah. No, but if you say you don't have problems, then they don't like ask you like 5 additional questions. And those questions are like type in questions. So like you have to like type in what your issue was when you showed up, like how the issue was resolved. Like they ask you tons of questions. So whatever you do, just make sure you say no, there wasn't an issue. It
creates more paperwork for you.
It does. It's annoying because then it takes more time, and then you have to write it all in. You could do speech to text though, but I mean, do you really want to talk about your issue that you run into in the middle of Portillo's? You're just ripping Portillo's. Great. This person was too long in the line. Like, I needed to be faster. I need my Coca-Cola to be delivered faster.
Cashier needed to speak up.
Ready? It's I need my Coca-Cola to be delivered faster. It's like, sir, it's self-service soda. So,
oh man,
yeah, it's a good hack though. I mean, that is low key a good marketing scheme though, to get people to do the survey, because like,
oh, absolutely, some
people won't do it and it's just a little extra printout, but some people will, like myself, because I'm in there for the free fries. I could care less about the marketing survey.
And then we sit here and we talk about the survey, and then more people go to Portillo's and do the survey.
Yeah,
and now they got a bunch of surveys and no fries.
Exactly. We're dipping out of it, and the fries are expensive too. That's the thing, is like, when you make the value of a fry like $3.50, it's like, it's like, why would I not do the survey for the free $3.50? Like, it's basically paying myself that money.
You know,
because that's the value of the fry.
Yeah, you did it right there. So, it was less than a minute.
Yeah,
less than a minute. You got $3 worth of fries. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Exactly. So. And another thing that I wanted to point out too, as well, is when you're talking about that, you're saying, oh, now we're talking about the survey. And now the survey is talking about there. And now people are getting more surveys.
Yes.
So I was talking to a friend once about this, about how marketing is literally in everything we do every day. No matter what it is. Like, you see a billboard, that's marketing. You see this, that's marketing. You see anything out there, cars, everything, it's all marketing.
Oh, yeah.
And she looks at me and she goes, I hate that about like the world. Like, I hate that everything around you is marketing. And I sat there and I was like, dude, I love it, because I get to sit there and analyze whether or not that's good marketing or not. I get to sit there and be like, dude, that ad sucks. Or I get to drive to O'Hare and be like, dude, Brian Urlacher's got hair now, dude. Like,
this way to O'Hare.
And the best part about their marketing strategy of O'Hare is that they take every billboard down the highway. It's great. So it's smart.
Cheap too. It's cheap.
And it's so smart. And like, people like see that and they're like, oh, like they make the meme about it of like, O'Hare, Brian Urlacher. But like, you think about that and you think about the memes created and also like the marketing strategy behind it. It's genius. It's incredible. It's so smart. And then like the ones that are not good marketing are the ones we never talk about.
Right.
That's always it.
Right.
It's like the ones we never talk about.
Exactly.
The non-free fries, like anything that's doing free fries that's not good enough.
Yeah.
Like we're not talking about those.
Yeah.
We're not
like,
talking
if
about.
you're not putting the fries in the bag, I don't want it.
Exactly.
Put the fries in the bag after I do the survey, of course.
Yeah. So it's like the ones that aren't good are the ones that you usually don't talk about.
One of the big things is Doritos, like Doritos in Super Bowl.
Oh, that was so good.
They were, highly anticipated every year.
S tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I haven't been a big fan of the Super Bowl recently in terms of the
commercial value.
The commercial value has been very low. I think a lot of the slots have been very basic, kind of everyday commercial.
They've been trying to avoid the political aspects too much to where the commercials aren't as spicy.
Funny.
Make them
funny.
outrageous.
Make them have slogans again. I miss the actual slogans of commercials, like crunchitize me, Captain. Like I haven't heard that in forever.
You don't get those anymore.
Reese's Puffs.
Yeah.
Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Like that's stuck in my head. That's ingrained in there.
Yeah.
No other company does that nowadays.
Luna, bro. You remember Luna?
What's Luna?
773
773 209
202 Luna. It sticks in your head. But the thing is, I feel like people try to avoid too much of the politics to where they don't even make a good commercial anymore.
Right.
Like they're just like, we can't do that, or we can do this, we can't do that. We got to avoid that. Like, nah, just make a funny commercial. One of the favorite Dorito ones that I had was like the dude pulled up to this girl's house and it was like a single mom. And like the little kid, the little kid was there and he was like, you remember he was staring at the dude and then he pulls out the Doritos and then it's that's funny.
That's good stuff.
He eats the Doritos, he gave the little kid Doritos. He's like, don't put a hand on my Doritos. You never
I thoroughly enjoyed those, and you just don't see stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, they gotta let the cannon loose and then see what happens, because I feel like they'll get so much positivity from it, and I feel like it's like Bud Light now too. Like Bud Light is a perfect way of what a marketing example of what happens if you go a different direction than what your fan base is.
Absolutely.
Because you see what they do now. They got Shane Gillis now. Those Shane Gillis commercials are hilarious.
Absolutely. That's a Bud Light guy. He's a Bud Light guy.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis is a Bud Light guy.
He's the guy that you're marketing to. And then they forgot about that. And now all the Shane Gillis commercials, because once they asked him, he was like, yeah, dude. He's like, wait, you're telling me I get free Bud Light and I get to be in Bud Light commercials? You gonna pay me for this?
Year, dude.
He's like, dude, I'm not gonna say no. And then his commercials are like prime of what he is as a person, but also the base of Bud Light. Because the one Bud Light commercial that I talk about Shane Gillis is when he swapped. So it was like two people swapping positions, and he was like doing the commercial. And it was like, I forget if it was like an emo thing. It might have been an emo thing. So it was like an emo set with a bunch of emo people, and then it just like turns to Shane Gillis, and he's like, what's up? Like, what are we doing here? It's just like he's totally out of place. Yeah. And then it swaps to like where he's supposed to be, and it's like a bar setting, totally like wings everywhere and Bud Light everywhere, and it's just like the emo dude sitting in the chair. It's like
oh, do you remember that scene from Dodgeball?
Yeah,
scene from Dodgeball. He goes, "Are you daddy?
Are you daddy?" And he's got the choker on.
Yeah.
He didn't have to put the choker on. I always thought about that scene. I was like, bro, you don't have to put that on. You
don't have to put it on for the uniform.
You don't, but he still does. And I'm like, it's a completely separate piece.
Beautiful.
You could take it off and not wear it. Like, you could wear the other stuff just to wear a uniform. You did not have to wear the choker.
Beautiful scene.
And homies they walk out there. And everyone's just great. Like,
oh,
it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
That's a bold strategy there, Cotton.
I think the best scene from that movie is when he's sitting at the bar with Armstrong.
Oh yeah,
and he's just like, like I did all this, and I had cancer, and it's like, and I had all this, and and then he's just like, and
then he goes, but I'm sure you have your reasons though.
I'm sure you have your reasons though. And he's just like,
you can't think of any reasons past those things.
No,
that's great.
Oh, it was good.
Out of excuses.
And then Chuck Norris,
Boom. I love that.
God, screw you, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, I mean, even that, it has its own marketing, which is good. So,
There's
marketing is just, like I said, it's
everywhere.
insane. It's everywhere. And
everywhere.
And I personally like to look at it in the positive light because I think there's so much fun you can have with it, with anything you do. Bud Light commercials, like you can do that. That's crazy. The Doritos commercials.
I think that I've started seeing a little bit more recently, but a lot of more companies are getting a little bit looser with their marketing in terms of making it funnier, making it a little bit more story related versus product driven, product focused. And my roommates at home will probably kill me for saying that. Like they'd rather look at a spreadsheet of product data than buy something based off of marketing, which is fair. That's a fair argument, but I don't know. I
like the fun aspect of it too, though.
A lot of the marketing behind stuff, you usually get good marketing with good product. Yeah. That's like you can't. It's hard to market shit. Right. And it's hard. So like usually when you see good marketing and you're attracted to something because of the marketing, it's more than likely going to be a good product. Apple has really clean, good marketing. It's a good product.
Mm-hmm. It's
Wondering
a clean
why
product.
Everyone uses it. It's a clean product.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to market for reason.
It does what you say it does, essentially.
Yes.
So, and I think
they would come at me on that though. They'd be like, I want to see the stats on Apple. And then I'd be like, well, you're probably going to get better stats from everywhere else, but
I can counter that and say basically like, hey, they get the fun marketing out of the way, and then you go do the research on whether or not it's good or not.
Exactly.
And they provide the information on their websites.
Exactly.
I also think you hit the nail on the head though with the loose, like getting towards the loose marketing. Because Mike, you remember Mike who came on?
Mike Grimm.
He did a LinkedIn one where like
his stuff is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious.
There was one where he like threw a ball at his head in the car.
Yeah.
And he caught the ball, and then he was like waiting for him to get hit in the head with the ball. Basically, was like the video. And so then like he was able to get what he set out, and then got hit in the head with the ball. And
I love it.
And people were waiting for him to get hit in the head with the ball. Like that was his marketing. Was like,
oh my god,
it's golden. So you get you like set somebody up for like an active event that's going to happen, and then you get your sayings out, and then you let the event happen, and then close it out. And human beings just love the fact that you turned the page on like what happened.
Yes,
like they love seeing things go from start to close. It's like the aesthetic like pimple popping videos. Dude.
Oh god,
because everyone's like, wait, I need to see like this out. Like I need to see it gone. I need to
see it extracted.
I need to see it cleaned. Like, and you turn that into like a LinkedIn video where he was about to get hit in the face of the ball, gets the marketing out, and then gets hit in the face of the ball, and then people were like, hell yeah, like that's funny.
And I've noticed people love, like you said, cleaning videos. Like one of the bigger things is like driveway power washing.
Yes.
Oh, so
or like
satisfying.
The lawn mowing. Yeah.
So satisfying to see something that's just, getting overgrown or super dirty and then just have it clean. Mm-hmm. And those guys usually do it for free because they're just doing stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, and they just make so much money on YouTube by cleaning driveways.
People love it. People love watching people work. It's a weird thing. I watch, like one of my roommates at home, Casey. She likes watching Below Deck, which is a
cleaning
Australian Below Deck. It's an Australian like yacht service. So they essentially
yachts. Okay, Below Deck like a boat.
Yep. And but like I get home and I like see Casey watching it and I'm like, how was work? And she's like, good. And I was like, you watching people work? And she's like, yeah. It's just like it's interesting. We like seeing stuff clean. We like watching people work. People are weird.
Yeah, people are weird. Like, yeah, you're good. People work and then they go and then they watch someone work for another 2-3 hours of their day.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, now I'm gonna go to bed so I can go to work again. Mm-hmm. But so like the thing is that people can look at that negatively and be like, oh my god, that's so awful, like I hate that, like I don't like that. But I choose the positive side. I think it's fun. I think like that kind of
it's interesting.
It's fun. It's fun to watch. I think like you got to look at the positive side of it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the negative side of it, then you're just living a negative life your whole life, and that's something I wouldn't want to do. Like,
yeah.
I look at it positively and be like, this dude does cool work. Like, this is awesome. This is cool. Like,
yeah.
him doing
you're
the
unhooking jet skis. You're, blowing up inflatables for people to go on in the middle of, a Adriatic Sea.
Yeah, and then you look at like how they do it, and you'd be like, well, how would I do it? Would I do it the same? Would I do it differently?
Yeah.
You compare yourself to them, and then you just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's fun to do those kind of things. I don't do them all the time, and I don't think you should do them every day, but
No.
I definitely think dabbling in them is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even that's got its own marketing.
That's true. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a weird concept, but at the end of the day, marketers are trying to obtain your attention in any way possible.
I'm curious because I just popped in my head. Do you think marketing, like logos and stuff, is associated to like wealth? Because the little bit of example here, some like things where it's like look wealthy, look to have old money.
Yeah,
is like people with no logoed clothes. So do you think that like
definitely.
marketing like that way, like having no logos, is a way to show wealth?
I don't know there's a lot of ways to show wealth. At the end of the day, does it really matter? Like, you can have you could be Gucci'd out and have zeros showing on your Chase account. Like, so, whatever. Right. But when you're talking about like old money look and like just there is a realm around marketing like Times New Roman font, right? Like that's just going to look nicer, cleaner, older.
Versus like Mr. Beast YouTube, more fun.
Right, like new chiller font. Like that's not gonna look old. But like, that's just fonts. But
like
we're talking about
sign.
even colors.
Could look like 80s, 90s.
Yeah, colors even like browns, golds, purples,
dark
like
greens.
Those are dark greens. Those are all like, class. Those are all royalty. Those are all normally intertwined with money and elegance. Whereas like it's just color theory in general. Color theory is very interesting. Like reds and yellows make you hungry. That's why you'll always see McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, all of those are red and yellow.
Yeah,
so there's a science behind it.
AMC is also like red.
Yeah,
I think it's
red
and white.
They all evoke different emotions, and it just depends on the industry that you're trying to do.
Yeah. So do you think that's because white's the school color, right?
White is
white or like blue, right?
Yeah, blue is like corporate colors too.
Yeah.
Blues like dark navy blues, stuff like that, are normally just like business oriented. Yeah. And then
keeps you focused.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
so
then
it's not pink walls.
Then you have like yellows that are supposed to be like brighter, like happier in a sense, right? Like you'll see like daycares with a bunch of yellow logoing, right? That's a happier
yellow
place.
And red. I mean, for food too, it's supposed to make you happy while you go there.
Yeah.
So happy eating.
There you go.
Therefore, you go back. You go for that experience.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting.
So color theory is big in logos and stuff like that.
Also, color theory. I want to talk to you about the Masters hat that I have.
The Masters.
So, I mean, you probably know a little bit more than I do. I just kind of have the hat.
Yeah.
So, I got this hat originally from my brother. He gifted it to me. So, his future uncle-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're getting married in fall. So, future uncle-in-law. Who's married into the family is one of the members of Augusta National.
Wow.
That's
very cool.
It's very cool. So explain me what the difference between like this colored hat, the dark green, and then like the light yellow logo for like the Masters.
Yeah, I mean, that's a members only logo. Members only is essentially just a area within the Masters that you're allowed to access if you have a certain credential. Usually, if you're a member.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to like the tickets that they get, like, and you can also like have the like ticket on you, like they only get a certain amount or whatever, but you can like.
Oh, you
take it off, put it on somebody else, take their ticket, throw it on. As long as you have your credentials to be there, they're not going to
tell Augusta.
Don't tell Augusta. Nah, I don't think they mind because it's all sponsored family stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's definitely a really cool logo. The yellow is a classic one, but I think that's that members only.
The yellow one is, so the darker one is members only. So the yellow one is just like the public logo?
Yeah. Okay. Like that's in all the shops. But at the end of the day, Masters gear within itself is limited. Like they're not like sending it around the country.
Officials Masters gear.
Yeah. Official Masters gear. Correct.
Because the logo, so the logo like underneath is like this logo here, like the Masters 1934, like official, the Authentic Needle Incorporated.
Yeah,
it's like that's that official logo.
That's the official Masters logo, and with so like they won't send stuff to the PGA Tour Superstore.
Yeah.
Like they won't be stuff in Kohl's or, in Dick's Sporting Goods with Masters stuff on it. Like it's only sold there. So that's like the cool part about it. And then the cool part about that one is it's limited of the limited, right? So like that's the it's a Circle T of hats you got there.
It's decent. I'll take it. Yeah. No, I mean, I think I can kind of compare the Augusta National to like a Lamborghini car.
What do you mean?
Like
the tournament itself?
No, I mean kind of, right? I mean the tournament itself, but also like the way they market and brand themselves. Because if you think about it, like Lamborghini doesn't actually buy ads.
Yeah.
They don't spend like any money on marketing and ads.
They don't need to.
Because their marketing is like
it's earned.
The experience that you're going to feel like when you become someone, you drive Lamborghini. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're at the Masters, like you have to first of all get a lottery. Like the people in golf, all people in golf know about Augusta National.
Yes.
And there's no need to market it anywhere else.
You nailed it.
Yeah. I'm curious though this year because this is going to be an interesting year just because of what happened.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So all the hurricanes that kind of came through and just wiped everything out. Because a lot of those trees are very old.
I hope the course is able to recover.
I mean, so
maintaining a golf course is not an easy thing.
And when a hurricane runs through, it's even tough. It's even more tough. So,
and
I hope they're going to bounce back. I mean, I feel like they have the funds, and it's one of the most prestigious golf courses in the nation and in the world.
Yes.
So I definitely think they're going to bounce back. But like, I'm curious to see like what it would be like different now with all the trees that would fall over. Like, what if a tree was in the way for some people?
No, you're super
on
right
the course, and like someone hated that tree because that's where they they couldn't get a line of sight to the green or something, and they like got around that tree, but now it's completely gone. Like,
that's so true.
Are they gonna bring new ones in, or like I don't know how that's gonna work.
I wonder. I really wonder because I mean trees are not that easy to put in. It's not that easy
huge.
to like move a tree. I don't think
even cutting down a tree costs a lot of money.
Yeah,
in any residential area too.
Exactly. So I think they might roll with the punches of the golf course changing and try to plant new trees. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably a route they'll go. I don't understand if they'll be able. I don't know if they'll be able to pull up the rooting system of the trees that got knocked down.
Well, the thing is, if you put a new tree there, the root will go into those roots. Like it'll combine.
So maybe that's a route they'll go.
Yeah, because like the roots, like even if they're down in there and they're dead, like when a root comes in, it's gonna like basically be
it's gonna absorb the old roots.
Yeah, or just like go into them. No, it's like
imagine if humans worked that way.
No comment. No comment on that. I don't even know where to think about that
one. You roll with it however you want.
I don't want to roll with it at all.
Just let that linger.
Yikes. But I do think that I think the best method would be to kind of fill the trees in because I don't think that the golfers need any more space to freely play through those trees as is. I think to make it more difficult would be more fun for us to watch as viewers.
The thing about more difficult golf is, I mean, it's an already tough course. The greens are the defenses of that course.
Right.
How quick the greens are, and
I don't think the greens really got touched in the storm. I think it was mostly the fairways that the trees fell on.
Yeah, that's good. None of the trees damaged the greens.
And if it's like in the front, like 200 yards of the fairway, that's even better.
Yeah,
because those guys are not even touching
area.
that.
Yeah,
they're not even touching that. It's like
that's not even part of the course anyone touches.
Yeah. So except for the amateurs,
the
members that aren't as good,
Joking. You're good.
Well, some of the members that are older are definitely not going to be driving 250.
No,
definitely. And if they hit from the back tees, they might be finding that area, which would be good for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they'll probably play their handicap.
I mean, yeah, and the different tees it's just a way different golf course. Mm-hmm. It's whether you play it from the blacks or the red tees, mm-hmm. it's gonna change the way.
Do they have middle tees?
Oh yeah, they have tee boxes everywhere.
Okay,
yeah.
Because I was curious because it was like, what if they don't have the middle tees and they only play for like the pros or like.
Oh, well, I mean, a big thing about the golf course is healing. So, like, you got to switch up tee boxes to make sure that the tee boxes heal. So, that's just golf course management. Yeah. How many tee boxes you have. I mean, that's why the distances change each day in the Masters is they're using different tee boxes.
Yeah, so it's different strategies in place. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I think the coolest story from the Masters, though, my brother told me was he was about, like, 60 yards away from that one tree falling during the Masters tournament.
Really?
So he was like super close.
That's terrifying.
So he was, it wasn't like where he was in danger of actually getting hit by it.
Oh, good.
He was definitely further away, but he was like right there and he like saw it and he like heard the big boom and he was like, what in the world was that?
Yeah, that was when it was raining, right?
Yeah. I thought it rained the day before.
Oh, yeah.
It rained the day before, and then that day that they went was clear.
Yeah.
And then when they were there, I forget what hole it was. It was on the back nine, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, like 13. I forget.
That sounds right.
Yeah. And then they were really close to it, and then it fell. And then my brother was like, oh, my God. It's like, but the thing is,
terrifying.
And the thing is, you can't.
Tournaments, too, is wild.
Yeah. And the thing is, you can't take any pictures or anything like that.
Yeah,
because you don't have your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he just like basically told us a story, and I tried to find him on like the video. When I look back at it, I couldn't find him.
Yeah,
because it was pretty. The view of the tree that fell was pretty close, like zoomed in of the tree. Yeah. So, but yeah, he said he was really close to that, and he basically saw it happen, which is nuts.
That's super cool. I'm excited when I go. I haven't nailed down any tickets yet, but I hope one day I get to go to the Masters.
I know
that's definitely a bucket list.
Yeah, 100% for me too. I am like sitting here ready to be like, I just need to go one day. Like I don't need to go all four. I don't need to go for the weekend. I just want to go for one day.
Friday. Yeah, go Friday.
Go for the Friday.
Get to see everybody before the cut.
But I would also want to go to the Wednesday as well.
Yeah, those are a little bit more chill.
Yeah,
like
you can bring your phone. It's the par 3 challenge with the caddies and stuff. But I'd want to go to like that day and then any one of the 4 days of the weekend.
Oh yeah.
But the Sunday would be kind of nuts though. But you would want to. I'd say Thursday, Friday would be more fun because then you get to see everybody in the cut.
Yeah, that's more what I would go for as a Friday, just so I could see everyone. Usually Fridays like better golf,
a little bit more chill
everyone's
too.
It's moving day. You're trying to get to a spot where you're able to make the cut. So
also
people are playing better.
The greens the pin locations aren't as bad as Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that's the thing too. It's a little bit better of a scoring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, you could play a little bit better. People will be a little bit more moods. You'll be happier. They won't be kicking their shoes on Saturdays.
If you're looking for autographs, don't come up to somebody after a Sunday round. That's not
not the time. Yeah, they're gonna be kicking their shoes and being angry at themselves.
Unless you bump into Phil. He's a great guy.
Phil, he's a nice guy. Always.
Phil Mickelson.
Always?
I mean, he's it's
always get you autographs.
He's just a notoriously nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard a story where somebody's been like, yeah, Phil blew me off. Didn't say hi to me, didn't wave to me, didn't do whatever. He'll toss you the thumbs up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I remember the story about him. He was on the left side fairway, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, he looks to his left, and he's like, "What would you do here, kid?" And he was like, well, I'd probably do like a
go
three.
For it with
he'd
the
probably
three wood.
Yeah, he'd probably go with the 3-wood if I could hit my 3-wood 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I like that idea. And he just pulls it out, he rips it, and then he's like, hey, good call, kid.
Yeah, he's like, you could be on my bag any day.
You could be on my bag any day. Those moments are like
cool.
What make golf cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, that's one thing about other sports that you don't really get. Is you don't get
Right.
that fan interaction live in game.
No.
Like in a football game, like you're not having some
You're not
fan
that
like
close.
yeah, you're not having some fan like, talk to Patty Mahomes and be like, hey, look at that corner route over there, like, and he's not gonna be like, nice call out, like it's he's not gonna be saying that to some fan, like he's completely separated. So it is so unique about that
It
sport.
is like one of my craziest moments in my life was I never understood the term starstruck until I was at Medina doing a thing for Topgolf, and I was headed to the bathrooms, and they pull the ropes right across me, and the range is right to my right. They pull the ropes right across me, and I look to the right, see if anyone's coming from the range. No, look to my left, and not even 3 feet from me is Tiger Woods. And no one's on the ropes. I'm the only one there, and like there's 2 security guards at the ropes, and I'm just like, I just see him, and I just am stunned, starstruck.
Yeah.
Actually, starstruck.
Yeah.
And it could not say anything. Couldn't even muster out like you get him, Tiger. Like couldn't say anything. He just breezed right past me, and the look on his face is just like, that dude's a cold hard killer.
Yeah.
Like
He's going out there to score.
yeah, he's about to tear up that course, and he's determined. Mm-hmm. It's just a wild look, and it was crazy to see and have him walk right past me. That's a starstruck moment.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's also expectations too.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't expect to see him and have him be that close.
That was such a
like it's just like, whoa.
Yes.
Like I did not expect to see you here. Like that's great. Like and you just kind of shut down.
Oh yeah.
Where like if you were told, hey, like you might see Tiger walking around in the house, like you could have been like, oh, bet, like, what if I see him? Am I gonna say like, I'll say, yo, what up, Tiger? Like, go get him, Tiger. Like, what should I say? Like, I'll say, like, you prep yourself for that moment.
Oh yeah.
And then like you walk in there, you look right, you look left, and you're like, hey, go get him, Tiger. Like, cause you're expecting to see him.
You're prepared for it.
But like once you're not expecting, and then you just like happen to pop up and he's right there, you're just like, oh, whoa. Shut down, complete like reset mode, like that the Windows sound. Like whatever that the wind.
You just shut down.
And then you like 5 seconds later turns back on.
Yeah, that's what happened. And
it's like that roller coaster video.
I resumed towards the porta potties.
And you were just
I
like,
resumed.
Whoa.
Yeah, what just happened?
Yeah, I feel like, but also I feel like a star that big is definitely where you'd get that starstruck moment. Like people always talk about Jordan's aura, like,
oh yeah,
because it's like you see him and you're just like, nah, that dude's not real, like, and you like, and it's exactly what you imagine him being like, and you're just like, whoa,
they're that guy, pal.
Yeah,
they're that guy.
Are you that guy? Absolutely, I am.
Absolutely,
trust me, pal. I'm that guy. Yeah, so that's crazy. Oh man, Medina's a good club though.
It's a beautiful course.
Beautiful.
All of them, all 3.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a cool moment, and enjoyed the event. Enjoyed being in Medina, working there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Topgolf. Shout out Topgolf. I mean,
shout out Topgolf.
That's marketing.
That's marketing.
So work at Topgolf if you want to meet Tiger Woods at Medina.
There you go.
There you go. You have to be a coach though. You got to be good.
I didn't get to meet him.
But face to face.
He was in my vicinity.
For
a half
he was
second.
In a relative personal bubble vicinity.
Yeah.
Which is still pretty decent.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts then on like, I feel like for someone like Bryson DeChambeau though,
yeah,
I feel like I wouldn't have that starstruck moment because I feel like his YouTube videos have allowed me to be more personable with him, and I feel like I would be like, if I saw him, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the Steve Harvey theory?
No.
The difference between TVs and movies?
No.
You never seen that?
No, that's interesting.
So it's Denzel Washington and Steve Harvey, and they're talking to each other, and he goes, Steve. Denzel goes to Steve. He goes, Steve, no, you're a TV star. You're not a movie star. You're a TV star. You ready? I'll show you the difference. So then they go out, And then they go up to Denzel and they go, wow, Denzel, like, I'm a big fan. Like, I'm a big fan of your movies. Like, you do great work. Like, you do awesome work. And then they see Steve and they're like, Steve, what up, Steve?
Yeah.
What's going on, Steve? How are you, brother? Like, what's good? And he said, and then Denzel said, I'm the guy that they congratulate and they like say good work. And you're the guy they invite into their home because you do TV shows, because you do TV. That's the difference between a TV star and a movie star.
Interesting.
So I think the difference between like a Tiger Woods and like a Bryson DeChambeau is that like he's the Steve Harvey, because it's like we see his YouTube channel, you see his TikToks, you see he's very personable, very relatable. Like he gets that out, and then you'd see him in person, you'd be like, yo, Bryson, what's up, bro? Like
you'd have the confidence and the ability to greet him in a way
in a very normal, like, hey, what up, dude, sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas Tiger, it's more of like I'm in the presence of holiness.
Yeah. And it's just more like just like you do awesome work. I'm a big fan. Like it's like fanboying versus like inviting someone into your home kind of deal.
Absolutely.
So, but I feel like that's only for like the really big stars, because like the smaller guys, you might also fanboy, but you're not like, you don't know them as much. But I feel like that's definitely the personal aspect of like the YouTube that he does makes him a lot more like approachable, kind of like that Steve Harvey
like
example.
Who's hitting shots over their house to get home?
I know, it's crazy.
Like, that's such an easy dude's taking golf shots at his house. That's such an easy guy to walk up to.
Yeah, he's like, bro, you're crazy. You can literally just be like, Bryson,
whoa,
you're crazy. Why would you shoot shots over your house? And then you go up to him and be like, you know how many people broke windows because they probably tried to try that?
Do not try this at home.
I want to know what his thoughts are on that, though.
Deep conspiracy.
Okay.
He was actually hired by a window company to start that challenge.
Deep conspiracy. I like that. It's
the marketing window company is just getting hired through the roof because everyone's trying to hit golf shots over their house.
Yeah. This is sponsored by, blank windows.
Hello Windows.
Yeah, this is sponsored by Windows because we want to.
That's great.
Have you tried out the Bryson DeChambeau challenge? And you need new windows? Call us today.
Oh goodness!
Did your wife yell at you? I mean, there's a couple meme videos that I've seen of that.
Yeah.
Or like they're definitely fake, like animated, like breaking the window. But it's still funny because like people definitely tried it.
Yes.
Like someone definitely was like, "Oh hell yeah, I have a green in my backyard. Let me try this out."
Patch of grass.
And then they like hit it, and they like either dent the roof. Or they bust up their house.
Yeah.
Or like they hit it into a neighbor's yard. Like
it's nuts. People, I mean, you can hit a wedge over your house. It's not recommended.
It's definitely not recommended. I think it's only for professionals like Bryson. But
yes.
It was a cool challenge though.
Yeah.
And how much did you get? 16 days? Oh, I forget what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a pretty cool, that's a pretty cool test of your limits.
Yeah.
I thought he was ridiculously close on a lot of his earlier days too. So it's just a matter of inches.
Yeah.
Really. Not even inches, centimeters.
That's what she said.
Pause. We're gonna
Brendan,
cut that out.
Brendan's gonna call you out for that one.
We're gonna cut that out.
So I'm curious, what would be a similar challenge for like soccer for that? Like one shot a day or like one hit a day, like, and you get an extra ball. Or you like for baseball, it would probably be like throwing a ball through like a little tiny like hole or something.
Yeah, that's the tough part about golf is it's such an individual sport.
Yeah.
That like with soccer, I mean, yeah, you can set up something.
You could do like a free kick or something.
Upper 90s. Yeah, free kick, upper 90s. And
upper 90 challenge. But like that should every day I get a new ball.
Yeah.
Or additional ball, additional shot or whatever.
Yeah. I like it's repetition at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's
what if someone had like 140 days and they had like 140 shots? They still couldn't do it.
Right.
That'd be brutal.
Yeah, hey, you're generating a ton of content.
Yeah, but like you're also trash. You're just that bad to where you 100. So that'd be like you probably have shot like 10,000 shots by then, at least.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, probably not 10,000.
No, not
probably
10,000.
like $5,000 maybe.
Yeah, I'm bad at math.
Because if you think about like
you do the math.
Well, like think about it, like 100 days.
Is that binomial?
But like think about it, 100 days, and you do that 50 times. 100 times 50 is 5,000. So it's like it's over 5,000.
Yeah,
it's probably around like $7,000.
It's a lot of golf shots.
Chances, yeah, that's a lot of golf shots.
It's a lot to not go in.
A lot of soccer shots, as I'm saying too. Like,
yeah, there's nothing like a hole in one though. It's the weird thing about it.
Yeah, you could set up like a target though, but it's not the same. Like it's a part of the actual game.
Soccer golf now?
They do have soccer golf.
Yeah.
It's also very strange because soccer golf, I feel like, is just like washed up soccer players. Like, I don't want to be like rude to soccer golf, but like that's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
Also soccer golf is very interesting because like when you putt in soccer golf, like the ball can go in, roll, and pop out.
Yeah.
And like that never happens in golf. If it goes in to the bottom, like it hits the bottom of the hole, it's in the hole. Like I'm talking that hits the bottom. Like it goes straight in, it hits the bottom, and it'll pop out.
Well,
that's crazy to me. Like
not a regulation cup, but if you go to some bad golf courses,
that'll happen.
Really? Yeah, like if you go to a practice green and they have those shorter cups, you can hit a ball and it'll just pop right out at you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what happens with soccer golf a lot because I've seen videos and it just goes right in and pops right out, and it's a perfect putt. It's like, I don't know. There's not enough regulation for soccer golf, in my opinion.
It's all I feel like a ton of new sports started to come out during COVID, like around this.
And that was one of them. Yeah, for sure.
It's just they were just like, we're bored. We need to come out. With
I also think that it came out and was easy to be applicable because of Frolf.
Oh yeah, you just put it right next to it.
You put it in the Frolf course.
Yeah.
Unless the Frolf course is like that crazy, any flat grain plain golf Frolf course turns into a soccer golf course. You just put a different hole right next to it, and it's the same thing.
Yep.
But it's also so dangerous, dude, because if you try to kick a ball that hard and like the gravel of the tee box gets a little bit messed up, you could slip and fall and really hurt yourself.
That's true. That's
like
no fun.
Yeah, like you know, if you think about the momentum of a soccer hit, if you hit like that and your foot slips on this side, it's your head that's going straight down to the pavement. Yeah. That's why I was always in caution of soccer golf, because like the more momentum you get is the further the ball's gonna go, but it's also
further you're gonna go.
Faster you're gonna go downhill if you slip.
Yeah.
And I don't know like the surfaces, how strong they are.
That's true.
Like, that's why whenever I play any of those courses, I usually wear cleats and I just hit off the side.
That's smart.
Because it's like, that's why cleats are there, so that you don't slip and fall. And
it's traction.
Yeah. So
good traction.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think people learn that early in a lot of sports. Like, it's good to have cleats. Softball, baseball.
Everything.
I mean, except basketball.
Basketball, the thing is a wide base foot.
Yeah.
But I personally never liked them because I thought it restricted my movement because I'm a soccer player.
Yeah.
Because I thought the more traction just like caused ankle injuries for me.
I don't know. I enjoyed a lot all my basketball shoes.
I'm saying like for the sport, for performance.
Yeah.
Like I think that the pushing sideways for me.
What do you think about high tops versus low tops?
I think it doesn't really matter. But I do think that I think that high tops were better for people who did a lot of left to right movements, like point guards.
High tops are better for them?
Yeah.
And see, that's interesting.
Because I think that you can lock your ankle and you can push through and your ankle won't crank as much. You get more power.
Those like point guard players were the ones often wearing Kobe's or like low top Kobe's or KD's. Isn't that interesting?
Right.
I feel like at least what I saw.
That's why they're getting their ankles broken.
That's why they break their ankles.
That's why they're getting their ankles broken, dude. Yeah. But I don't know why. Well, I do know why, actually, because they made us wear fucking team shoes. They made us wear team shoes. And I was like, I don't want to wear team shoes. I want to wear, like, literally I wanted to wear soccer flats to play basketball.
Interesting.
But that was a crazy...
Oh, you like indoor
soccer shoes, like flats, yeah. I wanted to wear those, but like... Bro, people would probably look at me and be like, this dude is ridiculous. But for me, I could run faster. I can make more cuts. I can make more moves. It was easier for me to play.
It was, it's personal preference.
Yeah, but like they didn't allow it.
Interesting.
because we had to wear the team shoes until my senior year when everyone started wearing whatever the heck they wanted.
That's true.
Because then that's when it changed. Because it was like, you need to buy the shoes and wear the team shoes. If you won't wear the team shoes, one of the two, the purple hyper Nike ones,
the Hyper Dunks.
Yeah, Hyper Dunks. You have to wear those. And it was like, why do we all have to wear the same shoe? This is dumb. We all don't have the same feet.
Yeah, it was silly.
Like, it's like, this is terrible. Even if you're paying for them, this is dumb.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I didn't like that. Didn't like the shoes, didn't fit into them, and I hurt myself. And then I was just like, I'm not playing the sport anymore. All I do is hurt myself, and I would rather just play soccer and not hurt myself. And
that's what I did.
I've had a slight injury from soccer. I've never had any injuries that I'm out for more than 3 days in soccer. Ever.
Yeah, I don't get injured in golf much.
Yeah. Well, it's just because you know the sport, you know what you can and can't do. And you're so comfortable with it that like
stretching's important.
Stretching's very important.
Yeah,
my hamstrings are very tight.
Well, I'm just saying, anything you do, just understand the
injury
muscle
prevention
groups, understand the muscle groups you're using, and stretch those muscle groups out appropriately.
Yeah, but for me, like the thing is I just wasn't comfortable in those shoes. They didn't fit me right, and then I just like rolled my ankle because they didn't fit right.
Yeah,
and they weren't the right shoes for me. And I would just catch the lip of the thick base sole, and that would just be like weird for me because my ankle would turn out.
Oh,
but like instead of it turning out, I would catch the sole and then roll my ankle. And it's like, what am I supposed to do about that? And like when you go inwards too, like if you go inwards like this, when you go down with a smaller sole, you're not capturing until late, so you have time to adjust your foot. But I would catch it and then roll quicker, and then the rotation would go quicker. And that's why I I hate these shoes.
That's why you were always flopping in basketball, dude.
Exactly. Because the shoe base was like, I couldn't handle it. Like, it was weird to me.
Well, you also played like Derrick Rose, though.
Yeah.
That's why you flopped a lot.
Yeah, but also like the shoes that, like soccer shoes, are very tight and concise. So like there's not a lot of width to the base.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, clunky basketball shoes, big clunk. It was like, I didn't like it.
Nah.
And then the Kobe's came out during our high school era. Where like those were finally like, hey, you can wear low top. And then like AJ Aliquin, who's a year older than us, he was the one that was like the first person to not wear the same shoes everybody else that like was in the program. And then it was like, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
oh yeah,
like you don't have to wear the shoe anymore. And it was like,
boom.
I wish I knew that when I was in freshman and sophomore year, because I probably would have played better. Because I was not comfortable with those shoes, and I just couldn't get my feet set right, and I just didn't play well. And then I just kind of was like, oh, whatever, I'm playing soccer.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of freshman year basketball.
Yeah. Well, sophomore year basketball was decent.
We ran a lot.
Yeah, you run a lot sophomore year too, but it wasn't that bad. It was kind of nice. Like, it was like condition. It was like my workout.
It was funny to see PJ getting so much satisfaction off of making our down and backs lesser time.
Yeah,
that was early. Crazy to me. PJ, I hope you watch this. Dude, we would be at like a 12 seconds down and back, and then like out of nowhere, PJ be like, "Yeah, I'm lowering it to like 9." And we're like,
Why
are you torturing us?
Hook us up, bro. Start it like half a second late.
PJ was a kid manager. A classmate. A classmate of ours.
Our age.
And he was the team manager, our age.
Throw us under the bus.
Great manager. Hey, we won some softball championships with PJ, so.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
He's a good manager for softball, for sure.
Yep. Didn't have to run on that team.
Didn't have to time run also.
No.
That was very interesting. That's one thing that my current soccer team doesn't really do is like time specific like down and back runs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's missing a lot of people's workout regimes is like a timed.
Yeah, no, I don't miss those.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make them a little easier also, but it is what it is.
I'm more of a fan of like if I'm going to be doing stuff that's aerobic, like burpees or rowing.
Bro, burpees are awful. Rowing's a lot better.
Like I do like getting my heart rate up, but it's not in the form of running. Maybe I have bad knees or something, and I just don't know it.
Dude.
Yeah,
plyometrics are the best way to get your heart up, and it's like super simple stuff, and it's not running for 30 minutes.
Ugh.
Yeah, I like the steady walks. The biggest hack I've been doing.
Oh yeah,
the biggest hack is playing TFT on the treadmill, dude.
Team Fight Tactics.
TFT, Team Fight Tactics, League of Legends game on the treadmill. So what you do is you literally just bring an iPad. So that's a little bit bigger. You can use your phone.
You're bringing an iPad to the gym?
Yes. It's a hack. It's a hack. I'm telling you. Okay, so this is what you do. You bring the iPad. The iPad. You literally set it up because there's a treadmill that has like a little base on it.
Yeah.
You just place it down there. You put it at an incline so it's like more upright. So you're not like leaning down like this. Your head's not like hanging the whole time. So you're kind of just like slightly looking down, and you just do like 10 incline and like 2.5 speed, and you just walk for 30 minutes. You get your heart rate to like 130, 135. Yeah. You get a good sweat in for 30 minutes. You play one game. It's like 30 to 35 minutes, and then that's your cardio for the day.
I mean, yeah, that's a good time to spend it.
It's decent because then you're like distracted the whole time because you're like planning something on your iPad, but you're also like getting your like low heart rate cardio in.
It's definitely a good way to not get a date. I'm telling you that much. If you're playing on the iPad at the gym,
dude, it's just a hack, bro. I mean,
it is a hack.
Sam Sulik does it.
Who?
Sam Sulik.
Oh,
the bodybuilder.
Yeah,
he does Clash of Clans. So he does the Clash of Clan raids, but he sits on a bike.
That's true.
So he sits on a bike. He does his.
Is it iPad?
No, he uses his phone.
You bring your iPad, dude.
Yeah,
it's iPad easier. Kid.
It's easier.
No, I actually do enjoy playing TFT on your iPad.
It's nice.
It is nice.
It's like it's easier to do.
I can't talk because when I would go to the gym, I would watch people play TFT on my phone.
So it's the same thing.
So that's probably why I don't have a date. Exactly.
So if you're looking for two guys that need to play TFT all the time, you let us know.
There you go.
So, okay, wait. Let's talk about video games now.
Transition.
Because I love video games. You love video games. And,
I do.
And I feel like we have some really fire opinions. But I want to talk about the downfall of Call of Duty Ranked.
Oh, my gosh, dude. COD Ranked,
Black
bro.
Ops 6 has, like, the highest potential out of all of the most recent Call of Duties.
So much potential. In my opinion, all of the guns are very balanced. Out of the ARs, out of the submachine guns. Yeah. There's a wide range of customization that they take out. They take out all of that. And one of the things that, I think they're trying to revert to. Yeah.
Really quick. In Ranked, for people who don't know, they restrict the guns that you can use, the attachments you can use, the perks you can use, the lethalities, the specials, the perks, and
so imagine playing Call of Duty in a straitjacket.
It basically is what it is, and you can only use like 2 assault rifles. You can only use 2 submachine guns, and then like 1 sniper.
I think it might be 3 subs.
3 subs?
Yeah.
And then like 1 sniper, and that is
no snipers.
I thought it was 1 sniper. I thought it was 1 sniper with no attachments.
They just updated it. You were not able to use a sniper.
When I started Ranked, you could use 1 sniper, but you couldn't put any attachments on.
Yeah, when Ranked started, Ranked was they had a lot more assault rifles in, they had a lot more SMGs.
At the beginning of Black Ops 6?
Snipers. Yeah, I don't know if they had snipers. I think
they had a sniper with no attachments. You couldn't add any attachments to it.
I think they did have a sniper, but then they recently made an update. I haven't played it within the past 2 weeks
because it's just not good.
But I mean, I've been home. But
it's also not good.
It's annoying because they restrict you so heavily. Mm-hmm. I don't think Call of Duty they started off restrictions light in ranked play and in like professional Call of Duty CDL. They started off restrictions light with no shotguns. Yeah, no one wants to play against shotguns.
Right.
That's a terrible experience. Whenever you're playing against shotguns and you're playing against someone who's good with a shotgun, it's not fun. It's
but like also like
a type of gameplay that should not be played.
But like I think it's a strategy though.
It's a strategy, but that's exactly, and that's where we started essentially started to get stripped away is everyone hated shotguns, so they're like, okay, we're gonna make a mode where shotguns are a thing, you know.
Okay.
And then they started slowly but surely stripping away every other little piece of the game that you could make a cool strategy with, right?
Yeah, right.
One of the things in Ghosts that I always bring up, Call of Duty Ghosts, by the way, I don't know how old that game is, like, crazy to think about how Black Ops 2 was released in 2012 and today is 2025.
Today is 2025 Nuketown year.
Crazy to think of that.
Yeah.
But Ghosts, this guy Optic Killa used to use thermal LMGs with smokes. Craziest strat ever.
Crazy strat.
Awesome strat. Like,
right.
It was hilarious, and it was a way to play the game. People got upset at that, and they banned it the next season. It's like, why do you just keep banning stuff that's successful? Find a way to beat it or find a way to counter it. Like, and one of the things nowadays, since there's no usage of snipers, head glitches are crazy nowadays in Call of Duty competitive because
you can't take someone out.
You can't take somebody out from across the map off a head glitch anymore. Like that used to be a sniper's job, especially in search, but now you just don't get it. And
you have to push and pushing in an open area. When someone has a POV of a headshot glitch of like that whole area, you can't take him out.
And no smokes anymore, no snipers. So I guess, they're taking away smokes, so they take away snipers. So it's like crazy. It's a bunch of levels of, them devolving over time of not giving the community what they want. Or I would argue that they listen to the community too much.
And they listened to everyone in the community.
They listened to everybody instead of having an idea of what Call of Duty competitive play should be and sticking to that idea. They essentially listened to too much and just stripped away most of the game, in my opinion. And now it's essentially just a game of who has the better shot and who can read spawns better. And who has the better ping. Who can better ping, better internet, and who can read spawns better. And who can manipulate the spawns. Which at the end of the day, that's not really a fun version of Call of Duty. Yeah. I think
it makes it very bland.
And maps? The maps are terrible.
Yeah.
Well, take red card out.
It's terrible.
Red card out.
It's the worst.
Worst map in Call of Duty history.
It's only good for ground war.
I said it was a good search map. I was like, you know what? If they left this as only a search and destroy map, I'd be a happy camper. That would be a smart.
Hardpoint is so bad.
Hardpoint's so bad. Control is so bad on that map. Like, I don't know what they're thinking with those maps. And then at the end of the day, they put Hacienda in.
Yeah.
They update it, and they're like, well, you guys liked this map when it was in ranked and in competitive play, so we'll put it in here. Like, come out with a map and have an idea for the map at least. I don't know. I think a lot of the maps in Black Ops 6 didn't do too well. I think some of them are good, like Stakeout. A lot of the smaller maps are really good.
I think the helicopter pad one.
Which one?
The pool.
Oh yeah, High Rise.
Skyline.
Oh, Skyline. No, you
yeah.
got it. Yeah.
Skyline. Yeah.
High Rise is
Skyline. High Rise
is
the OG.
Yeah,
that's the OG.
Yeah.
High Rise 360 no scopes are those are the best. But yeah, Skyline is a good map I think all aspects. I think that's a perfect ranked map.
Yeah.
Of like it has everything. It's got the under, it's got the over, it's got the mid, it's got the left, it's got the right.
It has a ton of lanes. A ton of lanes and a ton of maneuverability.
It's basically like a 5-lane thing. You got mid, left, right, up, and down.
Yep.
And I think that aspect is really nice, especially because it's 4v4.
Just basic map design.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's like you can cover those angles too, but like if you cover one, you're gonna be like open to another.
Right. That's like one thing that's
the best
changed
thing.
throughout the Call of Duty history is amount of people on teams too.
Yeah.
It used to be 5. Yeah, it used to be 6.
And then it
used
went
to be
to 5.
Now it's 4. So it's like,
which is so annoying to me because it's like, dude, if you have one bad teammate, we had this happen, and it happens to all people all the time in COD ranked. Is you have one guy who starts shooting you because friendly fire is on in ranked. You have one guy shooting you, and then he kills you, and then you tell him, "Hey, like there's friendly fire, don't shoot me." that guy starts shooting you and follows you around the map and starts shooting constantly, and they know where you are on the map now. You lost a teammate, and they know exactly where you are at all times.
Yep.
And it just the whole game, it's like a 2
Down
point
the drain.
It's like a 2-person swing in the whole map.
Yeah.
Because you lose a guy, and then he shows you where you are on the map at all times.
Yeah.
Especially in search, like it's just awful. And
You
even
ever
in
want to
Hardpoint.
waste 15 minutes? Just have somebody join your
someone-
Call of Duty
yeah.
rank game and do that.
Exactly. So, and then another thing about ranked that's really bad is the anti-cheat is so bad that people are just getting into like lobbies and just getting cheated on at the highest level.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad. That's why Nade Shot and all them are all leaving from Marvel Rivals, is because the ranked play anti-cheat is so bad that they just get absolutely auto-aimed, like tagged and killed immediately.
Is that the one connecting thing to the controller? That aim assist thing?
I don't think it's aim assist. It's literally an aim bot. It's literally
an aimbot that you're plugging in?
Yeah, it's literally a cheat. Like it's not a controller hack or like a thumbnail, like a jinxie thumbnail or like the thumbsticks.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with that. It's literally a cheat where they auto lock on you and kill you immediately. And they get so frustrated at it because they're like, how am I supposed to play this game when like this person's ping is just a little bit better than me and he has a cheat and he has a mod?
Pay to win?
It's just, yeah, it's pay to win, and it's like they anti-cheat is so bad that they just quit and go to Marvel Rivals. And that's why the game is slowly dying, is because like you can't use a smoke to block them out. And also like if you think about like that, for instance, imagine in CDL, like Call of Duty League, professional level, and some dude whips out a smoke with an LMG. You know how nuts the crowd is going? You know how crazy it is? It's like in League of Legends in ranked, the most fun that we've ever had watching League of Legends ranked is when Faker picks like Olaf mid and everyone's like, no way, like what's going on?
Strategies.
It's like Tiger pulling out driver off the deck. It's like Jordan like with the eyes closed free throw. Like you want to see those things in the gameplay. You don't want to strip them away. You want people to be creative, create clips, create viral moments. Like in Call of Duty ranked, you're stripping everything away so that it becomes like a robot corporate stupid mode where it's like who's got the best aim and who can play the best corner, who can react a little bit faster than the other person. And it's like I would rather see someone smoke with a thermal LMG and just like try to rip
see
everybody.
The quick scope, like Formal hitting shots with a sniper when he was on Optic is like
crazy.
Like and at the end of the day, it's not a huge benefit of having a sniper on your team. It's not good because one of the things that they restrict that I think it's okay, overkill. Like, I think generally people would not want overkill in ranked because with a sniper you would only have a pistol on the back.
Though. But that's like a reasonable one where it's like that's reasonable because
but taking out half the ARs that just makes zero sense to me.
Because I think like overkill, I think you take that out because you want someone to be realistic, real life fighting. Like you want someone with an AR and a pistol. But I think if you have I think if you have that overkill, I think you have to make them slower.
That's a aspect of the game I don't think they tapped into, which Tarkov has.
Yeah,
but
like if you have 2 guns on you, you're carrying a 40-pound like sniper on your back.
Yeah,
like you're carrying a big sniper on your back. You shouldn't be running as fast with a sniper and an AR as you do with a sniper and a pistol.
They slow you down when you have an LMG, out.
Like the movement is slower.
But like
you can still run and slide, which is crazy. Imagine running and sliding with an LMG.
Well, you've seen those videos of people trying to walk forward and shoot an LMG.
And they're just like
they're getting pushed back by the force of it. Yeah. It's impossible.
Yeah,
well, not impossible, but
it's possible. But you have to be
very difficult.
You're basically like pushing, like you're doing squats forward.
Yes,
essentially.
Yes,
because of the weight pushing you back from all the what do you call that?
The kick.
The gun kick. Yeah. So. I just think it's not. It's not where it needs to be now.
I'll give Call of Duty and Black Ops 6. You know, they did a great job on the game. I don't think the maps are the greatest. I don't think you should be removing guns.
There's
from
a couple
ranked.
Maps that are good.
I loving zombies.
Zombies is great. I don't like the frozen mode. You haven't played it yet. I think it's terrible.
Okay, yeah, I haven't played the frozen mode.
Okay, so in the frozen mode, when you're outdoors and the vermin come in, you get frozen and you can't move as fast.
Oh yeah.
So you have to go.
Awful.
You have to
that
go
sounds
inside.
Like Origins.
You have to go indoors.
Yeah.
So in order to be unfrozen, and so here's the thing: I died the other day because
round 100.
Listen to this. No, round like 11. I was extracting. Because I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. I'm just gonna extract. I extracted as the round got called in a new round, and it was the frozen round. So it was like, oh, new round. I called in the extraction, but it froze me. It froze me.
Okay.
So I'm outdoors. I'm frozen. The extraction got called in. So I'm like walking super slow. So it took me 45 seconds to get to the extraction zone. Okay?
That's
and
great.
then once I got to the extraction zone, the extraction zone, I get frozen.
So
in the extraction zone, I was frozen and I couldn't move anywhere. And you have to kill the zombies in the extraction zone. So I couldn't kill them. So I literally was like walking around frozen, and then I just got killed, and I couldn't kill them fast enough. Yeah. Because I couldn't get there. That's tough. Because I was super slow. And it's not even speed cola that made a difference. It was literally just I couldn't move. You can only like walk. You can't even.
It just slows your movement down.
Yeah. And I was just like, okay, this is really dumb. I'm never playing this mode again. It's just such a turn off to me. It's so awful.
I mean, they can try. I think they've been doing a really nice job with a lot of the new game modes. The amount of new games that companies have been coming up with is really cool. Like
I do think that the zombies mode though, like the storyline and the 3 maps that they've come out with, and the regular zombies with like the amplifier, I think they nailed it right on the head. I think that is the peak of the game so far, is the zombies modes, is the Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs have been crazy on this game.
It's like awesome.
Super good. I loved the campaign. Nobody talks about the campaign. I love campaigns.
Yeah, I didn't fully play through it, so I'm like the 3rd mission.
Yeah, I hope they never take the campaigns away. Call of Duty was built off the campaigns.
Yeah, I think the campaign is a big reason why it's popular.
Yeah, I buy the Call of Duty for the campaigns. I don't think I bought. I think one of them didn't. I didn't buy Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, it didn't have a campaign. I thought
didn't have a campaign.
Yeah,
and that's why. I mean,
I would. Yeah, because I would think essentially you're paying for the campaign.
Well,
the multiplayer is a copy paste. Let's be honest.
Yes, that's the issue I have with multiplayer.
The campaign though,
the campaign has people putting effort towards it, and it's a storyline that they create. And I just like doing that solo trip before jumping into the 12-year-old screaming at the top of their lungs.
And multiplayer.
Yeah. All the squeakers and
I just think that the campaign itself nowadays is so well put together, and the people behind the stories really do a good job. Yes. I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign where I'm like, this is trash. The only one I would say I wanted a lot of improvement on was the one where it was the nighttime scene, where you had to invade the house. Yeah. I thought like the AIs in that are just so unrealistic.
Was it the bar or that?
It was the nighttime scene.
Yeah,
where
the club.
No. The assassination of the greenhouses and stuff like that with like the pool. And,
You
have to go retrieve the data and like and do the interrogation. Like I really, really enjoyed that. But like once you make any noise, like and they know where you are, a van pulls up.
It's done.
And like immediately gets out and shoots directly at you. Yeah. And you're like, dude, you don't know where I am. Like you pulling up on the vehicle, you don't know where I am. You don't see me. I'm like on the roof laying down. You don't know where I am. Like I ran away and you have no idea where I am. Like they shouldn't know and then turn a corner, look up and start shooting you. It's like, dude, that's so unrealistic.
That's the tough part about AI. The tough part about
coding and
just making the things as realistic as possible, because the amount of times that we're abusing game bugs because they're not realistic.
The computers are abusing my noise bug.
Yeah.
I mean, the craziest part about that was like, I wanted to do that mission over and over and over if the actual AI was good. Yeah. And like, because when you're sweeping that house, like you can totally go Zero Dark 30 mode.
It feels nice.
And then like you can like open the door, crack it, like walk through and like hit the guy in the head, he drops, and then like the other guy turns, you drop the other guy. Like it feels like a military mission.
You're immersed in that environment. Absolutely.
And I like love that. But then like once like the AI or bot turns on, like everyone knows exactly where you are. They walk up to you and they like shoot you. And it's like
and it just becomes the game at that point.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, whatever, shoot everybody, and it's But the game is relatively good, but I think Marvel Rivals is taking over for now.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun playing that game. It's a
lot like Overwatch, but the best part that's different from Overwatch is that it has the familiar faces of the Marvel characters.
Yeah.
Because Overwatch doesn't have any personality other than Overwatch itself.
Yeah, it's the game.
Yeah, it's like the personal faces of like, oh, I'll play Doctor Strange. Like Doctor Strange, I know who Doctor Strange is.
One thing that's interesting is they're making, games out of Marvel, and that's normally been the progression, at least, is people making games out of movies. But I think people should make movies out of games. I think
they failed at that though. They failed at that. Complete disaster.
Borderlands,
Halo failed.
Oh yeah, Halo was pretty bad.
Trash. They did the TV show. Hold on, the animated show though, amazing.
Really?
Yeah. So they did it animated. It's like cartoonish. There's like a funny Spartan that's like a complete idiot, and he's so stupid. He's like, oh, like I'll go do this, and he just like falls, and he like falls on his face. He's like a complete klutz. Like it's funny, but he's also like he's still a hero because he's like smart. He's
still
like
a Spartan.
He's a Spartan. He's like super overpowered, but he's just like a klutz and he's an idiot. But like he still saves people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people are just like, how the heck did you save me? And he's like, well, I'm a Spartan, but like I'm also an idiot. I forget what Spartan his name was, but he gets like launched into another planet.
Comic relief Deadpool action.
It's a comic relief Spartan, yeah. But
like
then they did like a really good job with The Fall of Dawn, I think it's called. You see that one? The Fall of Dawn. It was a TV show. The girl from Narnia was in there. The queen, not the younger sister, the older one.
Yeah.
She was in there. She was one of the cadets, and it was based on. You should really watch it. It's like an hour long. It's like an hour 10 minutes long. It's 4 episodes.
Okay.
Fallen Unto Dawn, I think it's called, and. Like the premise was cadets on a base learning military style, like paintball guns to like learn. They had like the Halo assault rifles.
That's cool.
But they were paintball guns. So they're stun guns.
Yeah.
So they'd shoot somebody and you get stunned from it and you would like get hit. Just a bunch of training grounds, different battles. They did cryo freeze training. So they're teaching them to go into cryo freeze and come out. So like when they travel in space, they can go into cryo freeze and come out and then like be an army.
They're trained for it.
Yeah, so they don't have to mate and they don't have to have children and train them on the base. They can just fly through space and be frozen and come out and have like the whole base there.
Yeah.
So they did that, and it's like really good because it gets into the story of like what UNSC training looks like, and then it goes into like the Covenant invades the planet.
Yeah, see?
Like they invade the planet. And then the best part about it though was
prelude.
The end of the movie is Cadet Lasky, and then the start of Halo 5 campaign is Master Chief Call from Cadet Lasky.
Ah,
so
okay.
But it's not Cadet Lasky anymore, it's Commander Lasky.
Interesting.
Commander of a starship in Halo, and he like hears a call from UNSC Spartan 117.
Yeah.
And he's like, play it again. And then like it's like Spartan 117, like need help. And he's like, play it again. And then it like cuts. And then it's cool. Like the start of the campaign is like him like getting the beacon.
That's cool.
So cool. Like, and it was like all live action.
They tie stuff in perfectly like that.
Yeah, because it was him in the like the real live action. That was like him saying play it again, like the live action older version.
Yeah.
And then like the video game starts right after that.
That's so cool.
It's so crazy. Because it was like calling out like forward until dawn, Spartan 117, and he was like the operating base he came out of was forward until dawn. So it's like it's so cool. But then they like talk about making him like really cool.
Yeah.
And like really like Spartan 117 like Master Chief.
Yeah.
And it's like literally just like a needler at one point gets like shot, and I don't want to like spoil it too much for you.
Yeah, don't be spoiling it.
But he comes in, he goes nuts, and it's just like you're just like, yeah, like you want to root for him.
Yeah.
It's like that adaptation goes amazing, right?
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing about Halo, though, for Spartan 117, Master Chief, is that you never see his helmet, bro. You never see his face.
Right.
You never see his face. Like HBO or Paramount Plus takes over, and at the end of the first episode of TV show, they gave him a face, bro.
Ouch. That's tough.
Like, it is like a unwritten rule of Halo of you never show his face. Like, he always takes off his helmet and puts it on his side, and you only see his helmet on the side. You never see his face ever in any Halo. And the first episode of Paramount Plus where they're like, we want to do it a little different. We want to give the face behind, like, we want to be emotional. They ruined it, and the TV show was trash.
I always saw it the same with Jango Fett and Boba Fett. Like, I don't remember ever seeing their faces in the Star Wars movies, but I think
1, 2, and 3. He was in 2.
No, their face?
Yeah. Was
it Jango Fett or Boba Fett that was... I always thought one of them never took their mask off.
Yeah. The later guy didn't.
Or was that...
That was 4, 5, and 6. He never showed his mask.
Yeah.
That was Jango Fett.
Okay.
Boba Fett showed his face.
Oh, okay.
Because he was what they made the clones off of.
Yeah, he was the actual base of the clone.
He was the base model of the clones. The perfect soldier.
Yeah.
That's what they based him off of.
So, yeah, I guess you can always see his face.
So
always see his face.
So, like, you would assume what his face is. But the thing is that, like, is, Jango Fett a clone?
That's true.
That was the thing that they never knew. But the thing he was.
Interesting.
He was a clone, but he was pulled off the line.
Different type, built different clone.
No, he was pulled off the line, essentially. Does that make sense? So, like, one of the clones...
So
he basically took one of the clones and made it to a baby.
Oh, his own kid.
His own kid. But that's just a clone. That's like the whole thing. Is that?
Oh, it was just a clone. Yeah.
But he
kept it as his own.
Kept it as a baby.
Yeah.
Not as like a full grown
adult. Not as a clone.
Adult.
That's just gonna be
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you clone it as an adult.
Dude, imagine making yourself.
I mean, that's what kids are, isn't it? Right? Isn't that the whole? But
so
like,
true.
But like carbon copy to the DNA, like single 1-to-1.
That's what I mean.
Would be nuts.
Imagine making yourself.
I would feel weird.
Yeah,
I'd
that
be
would
like,
be a weird feeling.
You know, it'd be sick though.
What?
Send them to work.
No, because I know my work ethic. It's terrible. I wouldn't get anything done.
But like, imagine like they just make the bread for you, and then you just get to do whatever you want.
That's true. That's true.
Like if they go out and they make $80K a year, and you just got to feed them, and
They're can do human beings, Jacob.
They're clones. That's the whole point. That's why they didn't put That's why they didn't put high morality as Jedi on them, because the Jedi said basically like, oh, you're just a clone. Like you go fight, and you go base model. You go do exactly what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
Because you're a clone.
Yeah.
If you go out there and fight and die, you die. Like I don't care. You're a clone. I got 40 more clones lined up right here.
Yeah, they can make however many more.
But that's the thing is like the Jedi didn't care about that kind of stuff because like some didn't, some did. Like Anakin and his group of clones, they were like a team, and like people put morality behind them, and they put like an ethical value behind them because they gave them like names like Captain Rex.
Yeah.
They gave them like personalities. Like they had like a little bit dysfunction here and there, so they like actually talked to him. And so the people were like, oh, these are also human beings.
I got to watch that new one, Bad Ones. I've seen Mandalorian, but I haven't seen
The Bad Batch.
Ones. Yeah, The Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's good. That's like putting personality behind the clones, because like if you have droids, if you think about droids, you're going to be like, who cares? Just metal.
It's a hunk of metal.
And that's what the Jedi thought. Some Jedi thought of clones. It was just their hunk of whatever material.
Not C-3PO or R2-D2.
Right? So you put value behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like the morality behind them.
Yeah.
So like that's what some Jedi put the morality behind clones, was just that they're a hunk of like material. They're material that was used to make like armies for war, essentially.
Interesting.
So that's why they were like, I don't care if you die, go fight this battle, we need to win this.
Just bags of meat.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But the thing is that like, are they? What's the difference between that and a clone?
You mean them and a real person?
A clone? No, I'm saying a clone and a droid. What's the difference?
Oh. Yeah,
They're both made in a lab. They're both like manufactured.
I don't know. I guess the ability to elicit emotion. I guess.
I mean, the droids have emotion. You know, like that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so weird.
Yeah.
That's why it's so weird. It's a hard concept to grasp. I feel like it's one of the things that's really hard to grasp. But
it is.
Overall, the stories that they make behind them really matter to what the director is for making video game movies.
Oh yeah.
Like they should definitely and could definitely make a Call of Duty movie.
I think they should. There needs to be.
I think it would bring a lot of money in.
A legitimate Captain Price.
A Captain Price movie?
No, just I'm saying like Call of Duty movie, whatever, but like a Captain Price IRL I think would be really cool.
And I think that with Call of Duty, it could be very easy to do.
Yes.
Because it's not that hard to complete a movie like this.
No, just take the campaigns. Just literally take the campaigns
and copy paste.
You own that.
Like have Brigadier General come over there and pop the dude with the Desert Eagle.
You own the IP to all that info. Day. Like even though we've already seen
Infinity Ward now, or is it?
Oh, I don't know. There's so much going on behind that business. Because
it's Infinity Ward or it's
Sledgehammer. Infinity Ward and Treyarch.
Treyarch now I think has got everything.
Yeah.
But still, it's like I would love to see it. I think it would be a big money bringer in. It's like the Fast and Furious series. People always ask, why do they still do Fast and Furious movies? They need to stop. They need to stop. If you paid
people keep watching.
If you paid $100 million to make a movie and you made $400 million off that movie, so you made a profit of $300 million. You're gonna make that movie every year.
You're gonna keep making them.
Even if your profit went from $700 million to $300 million, you're still making a profit of $300 million a year. Yeah. And the movies, I mean, recently they've been kind of iffy. Once they brought Han back, it was kind of nice. Like it was decent.
Yeah.
But like, if you're still making that kind of money off of Fast and Furious, you gotta keep turning the wheel, bro. Like, why would you not keep doing that?
You gotta, and at the end of the day, it's content that's being produced, and it's something new. Like, it's something new, and as long as you try your best to have it be original, I think people will.
Yeah, I think they should bring in, like, first of all, people in the military that are retired that are like really popular. So I think you should like bring in your lone survivor. You should bring in your SEAL Team 6 guys. You should bring in the assassination person of Osama bin Laden. Like you bring all of these guys in, throw them in a team, and like help them direct the movie. They would love it.
Yeah, that would be super respectful. Like
they would also love doing it.
Input, yeah, absolutely. Getting their input and getting their professional opinions on scenarios and how actors feel, like or how they're supposed to portray their feeling or emotions,
right.
That stuff. But I think a lot of that would go well with just turning COD into a movie.
Yeah.
And you have the resources.
Yeah.
The game's big. You have the people.
You got the money. Exactly. The money is out of the question. You have it. All the microtransactions.
Exactly.
I see people buy. All the lizards I see running around the game that cost $20 to buy the skin. I've seen them. You got the money. Like,
and
you could turn that over and you have the audience and people would go see it just because it says Call of Duty on it. That brand.
You got it.
Yeah. But then again, you got to be smart about it though, because
you don't want to ruin it.
That was the same thing as Halo, and Halo bombed it. Bombed it.
Yeah, you just got to be respectful.
But the thing is that it wasn't the same studio though. For Halo,
there you go.
It wasn't the same studio.
There you go.
That's why people don't consider it like
the one and the same.
They don't consider it. What do you call that? Like manga or whatever. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
They don't consider it manga.
Yeah.
Because they don't consider it part of the main story. They consider it an off-brand that's not associated. It's similar,
like
but not
Star Wars. Like a lot of what Star Wars is doing.
Not exactly. Like Boba Fett.
Is Star Wars all of the offshoot stuff is integrated into the main story?
I would say the stuff that they've been doing.
That's impressive.
I would say I mean Clone Wars.
And, I mean
yes.
I believe it just because, and I haven't been that big into Disney Plus, but just like the Marvel universe and how they've interconnected all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
Yeah, it's kind of getting a little shaky here.
Yeah,
because they need a true vision right now. That's what they need. They need a bad guy to go fight. Like they need that. Whether it be Galactus or whether it be like Silver Surfer, like there's a couple They're going to bring Fantastic Four in. They're going to bring a bunch of stuff in.
Yep.
They're going to have the Spider-Man be the new way and stuff like that. And then like they're going to have Doom.
Robert
I think it's going to be
Downey
Doom.
Jr. Yeah.
I think Doom is going to be the next bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be one-off or like the bad Thanos guy kind of deal. But they do need like that again. Because the reason I watched a lot of Marvel movies was every single one that came out was to see if there was an end credit scene with Thanos in it and see what he did.
Just to see if Thanos
Because there was
one.
Yeah, because there was one where he like got the gauntlet and he like crushed his hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, now I need. And there was 5 empty spaces, and you're like, what the heck is that? Why? And then he like it emphasized the 5 empty spaces on his gauntlet, and everyone was like, what is that? I don't get that. And then the next movie was Guardians of the Galaxy, where they introduced the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
And it's like
it's
that
just so good.
foreplay is so good.
And that's what I like about it is the interaction between the different movies and the different the way you look at it is not Spider-Man anymore. It's not Ant-Man anymore. It's now just Marvel.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And it's now Marvel, and everything under Marvel can be integrated and can be connected.
And anyone can be in any movie.
Yes.
And Deadpool makes
so
the funniest
cool. I
version
love
of that.
Deadpool of that. I love Deadpool.
They didn't have the budget to bring all the big actors in. You saw that scene?
Yeah.
And then the door opens and it's literally all of the X-Men's like actual original characters.
X-Men.
It's like the actual Wolverine. They're all in there behind that door, and he's just like they couldn't bring him in. They didn't have the budget. And it's so good. I loved it. But yeah, like being able to have the collaboration of everybody under one umbrella is big.
It's cool.
But the way that they told the story was even better.
Yeah.
Because of the way that they brought everything in, the way they made people have a weakness or have like some subtle like abilities to get around. Like for instance, Scarlet Witch. This is one of the things that I loved about Infinity War.
Yeah.
That was like, I was like, yes. Because what did they need? What did Thanos need in Infinity War at the end?
I don't know. To snap his fingers.
Yeah, but what did he need before he snapped his fingers?
The final Infinity
Stone, which was flies around, red cape.
Oh, the Doctor Strange's.
Nope, he's got eyes.
Red cape. I don't know. You're gonna help me out.
What do you do? Vision, right?
Oh, Vision. Oh, his. Okay, yeah, Vision.
Yeah, his Infinity Stone. So Doctor Strange gave away his stone, and everyone was like, "Why did you do that? You just saw infinite results of the successful end of the story.
Right.
Why did you give it away? Like what? Like you guys lost? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how do you that part didn't make sense to me, you know, like cuz he would go with Dormammu and always win no matter what.
Yeah.
Because you die unless you win. You die unless you win. You die unless you win, right?
Yep.
So he gives it away and I'm like, "Wait a second. What?" And then he goes to Vision. Who's protecting Vision?
Yeah.
You remember?
Was it Spider-Man?
Nope. Who's OP?
Who's OP?
Who's
Hawkeye?
OP? No. OP. Like legit.
OP. Thor?
Close. Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch.
OP.
Yeah.
You can't touch anyone around her. She's broken.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
What happens? They invade the front door. Thor comes, pulls up, kills a bunch of people, goes crazy, right? But then they're losing the front battle. They're losing.
Yeah.
So, Scarlet Witch protecting Vision. Scarlet Witch goes to help her teammates because she has to, or else they're going to die. They're going to lose. She doesn't want to lose her friends. So, what happens now that she leaves?
Vision
is unprotected. So like there's weaknesses to the superpower OP strengths.
Yes.
She is so broken and busted that there's weaknesses is that she loves her friends. She wants to protect her friends. She goes to protect her friends. Weakness opens.
Yep.
The two leaders of Thanos say, "Hey, he's open.
Vision's open.
Go for him." Boom. They go for Vision. Kick Vision out of the area. Get him into the woods. And they're fighting, and then Thanos pulls
Rips
up.
out his
and then when
stone.
when Thanos pulls up, he uses his travel stone, and he walks out, and that's where all the Avengers are.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Is that him?" They've never seen him before.
That's true.
They've never seen him.
See Thanos.
They've never seen him. They have no idea what he looks like.
That's so true.
They have no clue. And the only person that knows what he looks like is Banner.
That's so true.
Banner's the only one who knows what he looks like. Banner and Thor.
Yeah.
As the only people. So he pulls up, and they're like, Is that him? Like, they have no idea. And they're like, that's him. That's the whole scene of like.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah. So then they like start fighting him. And then like that's when like Captain America's like holding off his arm and stuff. And in the trailer, he had no stones on his gauntlet in the trailer.
Interesting.
So the trailer was manipulated to show no stones on the gauntlet and
versus
just Iron Man and just Captain America, and then the final copy was all the stones were on his gauntlet.
Smart. That's how smart they are.
That's how smart they are.
Like when I talk about marketing and I talk about detail and I talk about the small stuff, that's the small stuff that, you know, makes things great. And that's, you know, I think Marvel's a great
because people saw that moment and were like, wait a second, when does this moment happen?
Yes.
Because he doesn't have any stones. Like, that's crazy. Do they steal the stones? Like, so they ended up fighting him, and then Scarlet Witch like tries to be overpowered, but then Scarlet Witch's powers come from, you know?
No.
They come from the red stone.
In the
her
gauntlet.
powers are from the stone.
Yeah.
So he's able to use the stone to fight her off because he's using her exact powers to fight her off. Because she's not the
taste your own medicine.
She doesn't become Agatha yet, the all powerful witch, which she does later in the other series. Yeah, the other Disney series. But if she was that, she would have been able to defeat Thanos.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is even more crazy. So then
that's because they're always worried about her power.
Yeah,
right? They're always worried about the Scarlet Witch's power.
Yeah, because she wasn't necessarily the Scarlet Witch yet.
Yeah.
But once she became the Scarlet Witch, she was basically like, there's only one person that could defeat her.
Yeah.
Your boy D Strange, the homie.
Unless you combo that with Jeff the Shark.
Yes. You have to combo that with Jeff the Shark.
Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, exactly. So, just kind of closing that up. Like, they never seen him before, and then like if Thor went and killed his head, none of this would have happened, which is crazy as well.
That is nuts.
Yeah. So, but overall, what were we talking about? We're talking about Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, just video games.
Yeah,
we go off on a tangent.
Yeah, it was a crazy tangent. So, but like the details of that story in general are like literally insane. But for Marvel Rivals aspect of it, I mean, those characters have so much backing to them to where like I love playing the game more than I would play Overwatch, to be honest.
Yet another game. I think we might be going a little long, but
it's all good.
Another game that they finally started to do something with League. Like they are even just dipping. They're even just dipping their toe into it. I haven't seen all of season 2.
I don't think dipping your toe is the most expensive show ever.
No, I'm saying they're dipping their toe into just the character base that they own.
Oh, right.
The IP, the lore that they've created surrounding almost all of their characters.
That's
so
what we were talking about.
That
was
like
the connection of the storyline.
Yes. That's another universe that's I'm sure going to be created here real soon in front of us. That is
the League of Legends timeline.
Oh yeah, Runeterra, all of Ionia.
I think they're going to bring Demacia in.
Demacia is going to be in there. They're going to created a world, and they're going to slowly but surely. Because
Darius is from Ambessa's hometown, Noxus.
Yeah, they're Noxus. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So Darius and Draven.
First of all, I just want to compliment
Draven.
Welcome to the League of Draven.
Yeah.
I just want to compliment Arcane because I thought they hit the nail on the head. I have friends that do not like League of Legends and don't play video games at all.
Yeah.
And they loved Arcane.
Yeah.
They were like, dude, this is a great show. I actually really liked it. Like the art style is sick.
Yeah.
Like the way they portrayed the character Jinx with the art. Like of like putting her mind on like a crazy drawing paper and like splattering at you. Genius idea of like teaching someone like what an insane brain like kind of feels and looks like.
Yeah.
So cool the way they articulated that. And then season 2 they spent like $250 million.
I haven't seen it yet.
I won't tell you a spoiler, but I'll tell you something really cool about a way that they filmed / like made an art.
Yeah.
But you already know this spoiler. It's Echo's ult.
Yeah.
So you know how it's 4 seconds?
Yep.
So in one of the scenes, they did 4 frames per second.
Ah, nice.
And
sick.
You'll look at the scene And for people who don't know League of Legends,
Yeah.
and they look at Arcane, they're like, dude, this looks so stupid.
Why is this
Because
weird?
4 frames per second is really slow,
Yeah.
and it looks really stupid, and they spent a lot of money on the show. So, like, why did it lack quality?
gross?
It goes from, like, really nice quality to, like, really slow because it's, like, kind of, like, jolty.
Chrono Break.
Yeah. Right. And so the coolest part about it is that it's literally based on Echo's ult of
That's
4
so
seconds
cool.
for 4 frames per second. Yeah. It's super cool. I saw that and I was like, this is awesome.
What if it was based off of Jin?
4.
That was good.
Yeah, I it's so funny because we saw a license plate.
Yeah.
We saw a license plate here and it just said 4, and I told my mom, I was like, we were driving with my mom. And I was like, wait, Mom, send James a text message. I was like, take a picture of the license plate. And so we took a picture of the license plate. It just says 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, Mom, before you send it, send 1, 2, 3, and then send it. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? And I was like, just send those numbers with commas, okay? And then press send. He's going to reply with 4. Watch. and then I sent the picture of the license plate that said 4. And you texted me back and you were like, 4.
So predictable.
But I love that champion. He just literally all he does is count to 4. 1, 2,
Shout
3,
out Timo and Jax.
4. Yeah, Timo and Jax. We get a League of Legends sponsor out of this. We
Shout
need
out.
Timo and Jax merch.
Timo and Jax.
What would mine be?
Yasuo. You were a Yasuo player.
Yasuo, Vlad.
Vlad, yeah. Yeah. Echo, you play
Pantheon.
Echo.
I love Pantheon. Just because of Greek mythology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though the Pantheon is in Italy.
Interesting.
Yeah. The Pantheon building is in Italy.
No, well, I mean, like.
But the Spartan warrior
would
is in
call
Sparta.
him Pantheon.
Well,
or is it? Yeah.
The Pantheon is in Italy. The Parthenon is in Greece.
Well, I'm talking about Pantheon himself.
I think is an Italian.
Is he based off of Greek?
I don't know. I mean, but
He
the thing
has
is,
to
like,
be.
he looks like he is.
Yeah, he has.
Because he
to
talks
be.
about gods and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like Greek mythology. So I don't know if it's. I don't know. I might be getting
Gotta
my
look
facts
into
wrong there.
Pantheon lore.
Yeah, I do. But overall, like, the Arcane series is phenomenal, and I think that like aspect of changing a video game into like a TV show does a really good job.
Super cool. I would love to see Timo and Jax. And if you need anyone for a voice actor for Jax, surprise, I'm back.
Surprise, I'm back. I gotta do the Vagar one, bro. That one's crazy.
I can't get that high of a laugh.
No, yeah. I could probably try it, but I'd be
I'm
probably
not
awful.
I'm not gonna try
I
here.
don't know. I'll embarrass myself on the microphone. Wait, let's see if I got it ready.
Okay.
All right, let me. Wait, which one should I say?
I don't know. I don't play Vagar that much.
Oh, dude, there's a couple good ones that are on there.
Give me one.
There's like, no, that one's hard to say. It's like, is that a short joke? That one?
Is that a short joke?
Yeah. And then he goes, oh, what's the other one he says? He's like something about evil. Oh yeah, I am evil. Stop laughing.
That is good.
Because he's just a short little munchkin, dude. He's just like a little 2-foot tall dude.
It's like you just putting your hand out and the little kid swinging at your legs. That's what it's like. I am evil.
I am evil. Stop laughing. It's so good. He's got a little accent to it.
I love it.
And then there's I forgot what movie I was just watching where it was like this guy talking to some evil entity about like, you can't force me to do this. I will fight them and I will kill them. Oh. And he's like, looks like this giant monster. And then he like jumps down and he's like this small.
Mini.
He's like this small. And he's like, oh, he like the guy like talking to dude looked down. He's like, oh, and they're like, and then
was that Groot? Or was that in a
no?
Groot jumps down as mini Groot.
No, it wasn't that. It was like
Okay.
it was like a big army of like small guys.
Okay.
And then they jump down. They're like, we will not take your tyranny. And it's like a super high pitched voice. They like go attack him. It's so stupid.
That's awesome.
It's so great. But yeah, I would want to see more video game adaptations into movies and TV shows.
Oh yeah.
Borderlands did a great job.
Borderlands was crazy.
Halo
good.
sucked, like we talked about. but the Halo movie was decent.
Yeah.
Arcane, Unreal.
Give us more.
Black Ops, I think, could do a decent job. Like, I think the numbers in the head.
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
What do the numbers mean, Mason? You've been here for a while. We're out of time.
Yeah.
Like, that would go crazy.
That is crazy.
What's another video game you'd want to see that would like really be prominent?
Skyrim would probably be cool.
Skyrim, imagine.
I mean,
that's a Game of Thrones, basically.
Like, that's what I'm saying is like, yeah.
But it's completely different, though.
You know,
because it's like slaying dragons. Worlds. It's like, yeah.
But I mean, like, just in the same vein, like they could pull that off.
What's your thought about the live action? I've got a lot of opinions about the live action adaptations.
I'm not too much of a fan of live action. I mean,
yeah, I think that's kind of just like somewhat lazy of a copy and paste.
Yeah.
I think the animation ones from like back in the day, like the kids movies.
Yes.
I think low key, it's kind of traumatizing for little kids. So? I think like The Lion King, not animated and really live action, is kind of traumatizing for kids,
That's
bro.
So true.
Like if you're telling me like you're throwing a legit lion off the thing, you know, like instead of an animated one, like that kid doesn't know that that's fake.
That's
like a 5-year-old kid can have the imagination that that's real, and then like that kid has never met a lion before in his life. Probably he doesn't know that it doesn't talk. Like, you know, it's like his imagination. It's a little kid.
Right.
The dog's talking to me. You know.
Yeah.
So like you're killing animals on the TV and it looks real.
That's true.
You know, it's not an animation where it's definitely fake. Like it's
one of the weird ones I saw is How to Train Your Dragon. Like that one was just super weird because the person looked, well, he was in real life, but toothless. They just pulled him straight from the animated. It literally looked like
what they did is they rendered him a little bit better. They rendered his reflections and his skin tone a little bit better, but it's the same thing.
He looks exactly the same. It's like an animated dragon in real life, and you're just like, that's weird.
It's like the difference between like a PS2 and a PS5 definition. Like
yes, literally. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's just upgrading the game system.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
One thing I would say about that, bro, they really messed up Astrid.
Yeah.
She has dark hair.
Yeah. She needed Snow White hair.
She needed Snow White blonde, bleach blonde hair. Mm-hmm. Dude, she has dark hair. I looked and I'm like,
it is a little goofy.
Who is that?
It was a little goofy.
The girl kind of looks like her, but her hair is just dark.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like she kind of looks like what Astrid would look like, but she just needs the bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
Like it's like, bro, like Hiccup looks identical. It kind of is weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. His hair is like exactly the same. It's like so creepy.
It's funny how they get that stuff right sometimes.
Yeah, the only thing I saw was just Astrid's hair was like brown, and I was like,
yeah.
I guess it's cumulative to Viking lore. Maybe that's the route they were going down.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, they got wigs on anyways.
I'm just looking forward to Call of Duty dropping a movie.
That would be sweet. That would be cool. I think that like there could be some other video games that would go absolutely bananas though.
Yeah, like I said, Skyrim. I mean, you can make any of the GTAs into a movie, and that would be fun.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. That would be
fun.
That movie.
Think about the characters.
Hey, ready?
Think about how many rappers would want to be in the GTA movie.
Oh my god,
like that would just be cameo after cameo after cameo.
It'd be Snoop. Oh, go see Snoop Dogg for this.
Yeah, go see Snoop up at the strip club. He got some jobs for you. And be like, hell yeah. And go see.
And then Snoop Dogg he's just doing like his little AI emotions. Like imagine that, bro. Imagine, And then it's just like he's doing this until you literally say, hey. So he's just continuing doing this, and then you're just like, "Hey, Snoop," and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Animatronics.
Like
Snoop.
It's like, yeah, that's AI
crazy.
animatronics. That'd be hilarious. Imagine getting GTA movie before GTA 6.
I could see it happening.
Considering what else is happening, I could see it happening.
Yeah,
no, for sure. So
world's gonna end before GTA 6.
The sun might blow up before GTA 6. Yeah. Nah, it'll come out eventually.
It'll come out.
What do you think about that in terms of like a marketing aspect of not releasing a game for so long, working on the craft until it's perfected before releasing? versus like the Call of Duty rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Call of Duty, kind of system that they got going. I think League of Legends did a really nice job with just maintaining a base
Updating the game. Yeah.
The same thing with GTA. I think they follow that similar League of Legends route where they come out with a game and then they update it. They put all these new stuffs. They put all the new stuffs in the new game, and then their back burner is the newest game. That like they're not thinking about the new game before this game is done.
Yeah, they're thinking about perfecting this game.
I appreciate that, and that's. I don't think it's a marketing move necessarily on their part that it's taking so long. I think it might have turned into one. I think it might have turned into a big joke.
This is happening before GTA 6 is definitely a big meme that's coming out.
Yes, and but that's just a testament to how good the game is that they're putting out now.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be a testament of what they do put out.
Yeah,
I think that technology has come out since the development of the game that they want to tap into.
That as well exists.
And I also think that some ideas have come across their plate that they didn't think about that people talk about.
I've heard it's going to be a big new, like, legit economies within this.
Yeah, I heard it was going to be a marketplace where you can actually buy, sell, and trade stuff that's worth physical value. Which is nuts.
That game's crazy. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it's the new crypto or not. Because I feel like people will literally become millionaires from this game.
I could see that being a route of,
and people think that's
success.
Crazy to say.
It is.
But people became millionaires from Bitcoin and no one thought that.
It is crazy to say, but it's definitely a route that I could see somebody becoming successful off of making that a business,
and not even just making content from that business, like literally within the game.
Within the game, actually selling stuff as it's far-fetched, but it's legitimate. It's real. It's close.
Yeah. Which is nuts. So I think the dogs are telling us we got to call it. So
dogs are calling us off the pod. Saved by the dogs.
Saved by the dogs, dude. James, appreciate you coming on, dude.
Of course.
Best of luck. Travels back to Denver. Hopefully this golf season this year is going to be decent.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a new 4 hybrid or 5 iron this year. So we'll see if we can get it. It's going to be decent.
Good stuff. Well, I appreciate you having me on. I really enjoyed the conversation. And Call of Duty, you better be listening. Give us some of those guns back in ranked.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment what your favorite comment was from James's podcast.
Yeah, let me know. Sure. Let me know.
See if he's wrong about golf or not. Or if we should actually have a Call of Duty model or not, a movie or not.
Yes.
So, cool. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks, James. Later.
See ya.